Has either of
about
these teams
Dota.
played yet? Neither of these teams played first series,
I don't
right?
believe
No.
they did, though.
Okay. Because it's hard to keep track of
I don't
everyone.
think they do back-to-backs.
Okay.
Actually, they might, but I don't think they do first two back-to-backs.
So no Chen ban. That's notable. Enchantress, we've talked about being completely obnoxious as a offlaner most of the time. Omni. Okay, so these are much different bans. Like, there's some overlaps. The Lush was banned, the AA was banned, and
And
Mirana was banned, and the Inch was banned. But now you have this Omni Knight and Batrider taken out of the pool, which
And
is
do you-
drastically different.
See, for me, if I'm EG, I don't necessarily want Chen, but I don't think I want to give it to Fnatic. You talked about why'd they fall off
Dubu.
necessarily. It's more the game became a lot more based around team play and I think strategy execution, timing awareness. Fnatic was very much just a team, playing with feeling. They're one of those. They just try and be better than you, and for a while
Yeah.
they were.
They were, yeah,
They were
absolutely.
super talented.
Yeah.
But the game's just become a lot more cerebral throughout the year, and they fell behind.
I mean, I feel like that kind of happens over the course of the season every year, right? Everyone kind of just becomes more refined. They've been playing with the same roster. The cohesion amongst the team grows. So more at the beginning of the year is kind of just raw Dota, while this
Moving.
time, like as we go
Yeah.
closer to TI, it's much more team oriented.
And hoping you haven't spent too much time with your team and you slowly start crumbling from the inside.
It's so crazy.
It can
how-
happen,
I
yeah.
mean, trust me.
I'm sure you guys have both been on teams where it's just like you start off the first couple months, you're like, this is the team, and then like the next month somebody spreads a rumor on your team and it's all gone. Mag
Okay.
Crystal made it.
What the? Okay, so definitely was expecting there to be like some variety throughout the beginning of the group stage. Usually it all folds into one meta towards the end of it, and right now this is, other than the Ogre, this Crystal Maiden Mag, this is all about like buffing up your team, right? You have the Aura plus the Empower. Is this a 4-position or 3-position Mag?
I think it's a 4-5.
Okay.
Selected. I really like this dual support combo, and in addition, it's just malleable. You can pick pretty much anything with your next 3 heroes, and it's gonna be fine.
Okay. And it also sets up like a really powerful absolute last pick, right? Because you just buff up any hero. Their mid game is more powerful with the mana regen. You have the Empower as a steroid for farming.
Can I say I'm so happy that Sumail has finally just decided to play his
Return to
heroes
form.
again. Finally, I yelled at him and Bulba all the way back at the Chongqing Major. I was
Okay.
just like, "Can you please play Storm?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I hate Storm. That hero sucks." I'm like, "What?"
Dude,
There were teams like first twoing the
yeah,
hero. and I'm-
Koifa, like on Alliance, like that got them to TI pretty much.
Yeah, and anyway, when EG's good, I feel like this is how it's gonna be. S4 is gonna be on your little tempo control. Let them play the Yoga, right? Whatever hero
Yeah.
you want, S4 can play it. Sumail, kill enemy hero. Arteezy, kill creep. Boom. That's my strat. If
So-
I were the coach, that's what I'm doing.
So, I mean, it is pretty crazy to open like your middle and your offlaner, right? Is there any chances? I feel Fly's one of the few
Oh, for
people who
sure.
still plays the 5 Ogre.
It's definitely open.
I think you let them answer what the Mag is first, and then you can decide what the Ogre is with that. Like, you probably pick the 4-position third for EG, and then you'll decide with the last 2 picks what the Ogre is going to be. The one thing about Ember is he has been pretty nerfed. Like, the fact that you can't slide a fist out of root anymore is pretty big.
Yep.
They used to buy you, like, that extra 1 or 2 seconds. Like, if it's a 2-second root, the slide of fist would last, like, a second. So you're basically removing half the time that they were able to kill you while you're rooted. And then they gave him the 1 base armor nerf as well, and that affects a lot of his lane matchups. I was talking to Gunnar about it, because he obviously plays a lot of Ember. There's like certain matchups where he said like the way the matchup works is you both hit each other, and eventually the war of attrition. He's like, that 1 base armor makes it so you can't necessarily like rush a bottle or something like that. So I'm definitely curious. Like, they did ban out the OD, like the hard lane counter to Ember, and there has to be more, right? Like, you have these like Monkey King type heroes that go well with Mag.
What happened to the just Monkey King himself? It feels like he just kind of fell off. Even in qualifiers, we didn't see him much besides an SA.
He just doesn't like recover as well as all these other cores.
Okay.
Like,
if he falls behind, it's just
yeah,
ouch.
he's very like he's very teamfight heavy, obviously, and I feel like that's a lot of like carries right now don't do that. Like, yeah, you have the Naga Siren in the first round, but she's not like a momentum based carry in the sense of like, running around the map being active. She like shows up to team fights just by sheer like, oh, this is a good team fight. I'm done farming for a bit. I've cleared the waves. Monkey King, on the other hand, it's like you have to have somebody that does the wave clear, and then you have the Monkey King, and I don't know, it's just an awkward hero for me right now.
There's the gyro ban. I've been seeing that a lot in pubs. People have been playing it middle and carry just without even IO anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what? Do you know what changed? I didn't think that much changed for the hero, and a lot of people consider it, like the worst carry
They
without
gave him
IO.
base damage.
Okay.
I think is the
It was a
big deal.
decent amount too,
It was
right?
4, I think.
Yeah.
4 base damage. Like one of the worst things about him is that he also had pretty high damage variance, so he's like hitting for 40 or 50.
Yeah.
I bet that EG's banning it to set up a Visage. That's what I think it's for.
Okay, I could see that. It's also like really high tempo. Like it's just a hero that can make use of the mana regen from Crystal Maiden.
Okay.
It kind of just makes sense for the lineup.
10 seconds.
Dude, I love
And-
the new like Veil rocket spam.
I was
that
gonna
people
say
get
it's
so
Veil
much
usually.
damage.
You're going like
yeah.
Veil Ags or like Veil Drum, like Veil a bunch of mid game.
I always feel like itemization patterns have more to do with when heroes get meta or not. Like,
Yeah.
you see a lot of times. Like, remember when there was there was a Midas Radiance patch. It's still kind of living in it, but it's like, what heroes can buy Midas Radiance? I bet they're pickable. And like all of a sudden, Wraith King is suddenly top 2. It's just you think about what, because I feel like the heroes themselves, like their power level is kind of predicated on when they spike.
Yeah.
And that's what the items dictate. Previously, if you had to play like Gyrocopter, when were you peaking?
Yeah.
It was 3rd, 4th item, whereas now you get like Velags, and you're super tanky, and you're a turret of damage.
For people who are like tuning into like the meta for TI and they haven't really watched Dota all year, like to go off your point for items, if they reverted phase boots to have no armor,
Yeah,
Never.
the
seen
game
it.
would be unrecognizable.
100%.
Like the heroes being
That's a great
picked and
point.
like how it's getting played, like the fact that there's heroes that are now viable because there's a boot that gives them 6 armor.
Yep.
Like that's just such a big deal
Yeah,
in the grand scheme.
Centaur specifically.
Yeah.
We would not have seen that hero this year.
Yeah.
But
Ever.
then all of a sudden it's like, I can body my lane and then buy this item and I can keep doing it. Like I get damage, because the phase move speed as well, they nerfed it on ranged heroes.
Yeah.
Makes it even more value for these melee strength
Yeah,
heroes
'cause
that
you can
both
actually
need the
close
armor
the
and
gap
move
on
speed.
these safe laners that previously used to build able to be build phase boots as well, and they can't do that anymore.
It's a pretty good Rubik game.
Okay, so there's the Willow, a hero that I thought we'd see more of, like throughout this tournament, because we saw it a lot,
This-
like kind of leading up to TI. But as you said, that wasn't exactly the same tier of
This
Dota.
is like the most insanely good Visage game I have ever seen.
Ever.
Like
Okay.
this is the Visage crushes CM, Jug, and Willow. You cannot play Dota against Visage. It's an Arteezy special. They could still run its support. I've seen a lot of teams
Yeah.
and players talk about its use as a 5.
It's been, if you've been watching any of the Chinese pubs, like I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been Chinese and Western teams. So if both sides, like, right, techies, normally a Western thing. If you see both sides picking up a hero, you know it's good.
Mhm.
And they are using some of the reserve. What is it? It's the Life Stealer.
Okay. Into the Jug and Mag. A bit strange, to be honest. That's not ideal in the matchup, although both supports have no threat on him.
I was gonna say he doesn't die. He like it doesn't. It's not like the best scaling matchup as the game goes on. I will say I've been a heavy like non-believer in Jug Mag anymore, because it used to be that you would cleave and spin,
Player spin, yeah.
but you don't cleave and spin anymore.
Gotcha.
When they made it that that cleave is physical damage, and for whatever reason that changed the coding of Jug spin. So like it just feels like most games I've seen Jug Mag, the Jug actually has to build a BKB, which then it's like you're building a 4,000 gold item to be the same hero that you used to be, and it just makes that combo like not as like we just picked this and it's gonna do its job as much as it used to be. So Life Stealer, a hero that the way you said it, he's just gonna hit creeps on Arteezy, right? And I think if I can ever pick a hero like Life Stealer, where it's like I can just sit in lanes, and this game is really easy. Like you saw what Ame did. Like anytime that why am I blanking on the team? Chaos tried to push a tower, Ame just sat in front of it as a Life Stealer and farmed, and that makes that hero's job like really easy to do in the game.
And it's not too bad when you got a Rubik who's probably going to steal in power once or twice this game, and all of a sudden,
That's fair,
Sumail
too.
and Arteezy are like, all right, this is dope. Thank you."
Bloodlusted, empowered,
Dude,
Life Stealer.
holy
yeah.
smokes. Not fun to play against.
So we haven't seen yet whether or not this is a 3 position or a 5 ogre.
Yep. Looks
don't
like
know.
Fnatic thinks it's a 3, but you never know. Could be getting debated, eh?
Is there a hard? I honestly think like Legion could be like really sick here for EG.
Why?
It's just like another buff. It's like initiation. It's a save.
You don't think it's just an
good in
ogre
la-
off lane?
It's good in lane versus Jug. I'm saying if they pick the off lane, Legion would be my hero to pick. If they otherwise,
Damn.
like if they don't pick, otherwise I think it's an ogre
All right.
off lane.
They're not getting meepoed by Fnatic. We saw earlier in the season a lot of teams were just forgetting, oh, wait a minute. That's Abed. we probably should ban that hero.
How crazy is like a bad in 5 or something? Like just some save. I feel like a hero that just doesn't like a. It's Kyle. I'm not gonna use the word dangle again. A hero that just walks in like and like doesn't care about positioning. You could do like counter initiation like Warlock. Like I think that's why they banned the Wyvern, right?
Do you brood last pick as Fnatic then? Because you definitely need some crazy.
And you ban the Wyvern.
They did ban Meepo, meaning like they banned out the crazy last pick Meepo. I don't think you need to get crazy with your last pick on Fnatic. Like, I don't think you're like heavily outdrafted yet. I just think.
You say it like it's gonna happen for sure. There's only 2 years
Well,
left.
I'm saying like you're saying they have to get like crazy with the last pick. Oh wow!
Vengeful Spirit.
I haven't seen that hero in 9 months.
So is that the 5 you think?
That's
Yeah.
probably a 5. That is
That's
a
a
save.
5
I
hero.
like that. It's a
The
counter
save,
initiation
yeah.
save. Okay, it wasn't
Really good
exactly what
against
I
Mag.
envisioned. Yeah, it is good, and it also is really good against Jug.
Yeah.
The amount of physical damage that Venge supplies to herself and her entire team against Jug and Lifestealer type heroes with the magic community, very annoying to deal with.
10 seconds remaining.
Can you? I mean, you
it's
can't
a-
really pick Brood against Ember, can you? Or
I feel like it's a Monkey King almost 100% here.
almost. Dang.
It's Avenged though.
I'm not liking it. It's just like
I mean, you're right. Not wrong.
It's good against
solid.
Lifestealer. Like
Good against
it's on
Ember and
power,
Ogre,
it's-
probably,
Yeah, it's
in
good in
lane.
lane against Ember.
What
Like
about just a DK?
you could go DK too. It's just like if they're going for like the hard lane counter, you're going to pick Ember, but you could go something. Like what is there any other like flashy mid hero for Abed that like wins
Storm?
the lane? Storm? I'd be okay with Storm. Their only lockdown really is the Rubik.
Just a lot of damage. They have Avenge. They got potential multicasts.
Well, you
Just
want a hero that
chains.
runs around, right? Like you want an active hero because like Mag in the early game is not really a playmaker. Jug can like participate, but he's more of a hero you like rotate to more so than anything.
But do you guys like Magnus as a 3? I've always heard it's just like, why not put him as 4 and get a better hero?
Ice tends to play him very like in a unique way. He'll go like Greaves and stuff
Yeah.
almost.
He used to do HOD. He would buff
Yeah.
his creep and
Definitely
go cut
not
waves.
going to do that this game. I have. a hard
Hopefully
time
not
believing
versus a life
it.
stealer
Yeah,
after what we
please.
just saw.
Please don't.
Well, they're using all their time here. 10 seconds left. First game of TI for both teams here. Pretty important. You never know. This could just be the tempo. You could just go on a 6-0 roll today or a 0-6 roll depending on how you start. And it is
Yep.
the DK.
I mean, I don't mind the DK pick.
I
mentioned
I
it.
actually like Fnatic's draft more
Yeah.
because I think I like the DK because I want a stun and I want somebody that can frontline. Like you needed some beef. And DK, you get the natural armor. No one can really buy break on EG, and you now have this ability to just push. Like it's Jug DK Mag. Like this is just a basic combination that's been successful throughout the years. And you got a CM aura too, so you can spam Breathe Fire to farm. It's just a really nice finish. Provides setup for DJ. I actually lean Fnatic here. I feel like EG's lineup is far too single target. Their team fight's lacking as well.
How's the DK
Definitely.
Ember lane matchup?
It's a trade. I actually
it a
think it might be DK favored in certain
I'm trying to check what's DK breathe fire damage. Okay, so it does break
It-
flame guard.
level 1.
Yeah, level 1.
It's more that you actually just like hit
5
Ember
seconds.
and
He can hit you.
you're not as reliant on bottle.
Okay.
You also have I think slightly more base damage, and you obviously have more regen.
Their base damage is definitely the exact same. Ember actually has higher, I believe.
You're correct. I was testing you.
Yeah,
Good
there
job.
you go.
Neither-
DK has pretty low base damage, doesn't he?
I thought it was reasonably
I always
okay.
like to trim myself up on these stats. 53 on DK and Ember.
I usually just click and then type it in.
There we go, found him. He has 57, so pretty close, but the breathe fire obviously mitigates that a lot. I think as a life stealer, it makes it really hard to play Dota against heroes like DK. Like he stuns you, like you said, and then he said they have like a lot of follow-up damage if
Yeah.
they actually manage to lock down the life stealer.
I'll be honest, guys. For a first draft of TI, I'm not a huge fan of EG's lineup, and I'm not saying that they're gonna lose for sure. This is probably still gonna be 50-50, even if I give Fnatic that drafting edge. But when you compare the look of this lineup
Yeah.
to what PSG LGD had in those 2 games, right? It just looks like the LGD side just had a layer or 2 more of
More, yeah.
complexity that sort of just gave their draft more what's the word, like just more depth.
Yeah.
EG is just like what's like their core game plan here, right? Oh, Arteezy will farm.
Out.
We'll
just
buff him.
Try to outplay him, right? The
Yeah.
normal EG, it seems to be, we just want to outplay you.
I will say from a carry player's perspective, I think Arteezy's lane is going to be way better than Jabs'.
Yes.
And I feel like the other games we saw, that was a pretty decent indicator of like the pace of the mid game and who ends up pulling ahead. So despite the fact that I kind of like Fnatic's game plan, I have to believe EG's the same team they've always been, where they predicate themselves on like snowballing the lanes, and I think they can quite easily do that this game, or quite possibly do that.
We see the same Ogre build we saw in the first game, just the Stout, Orb of Venom, one set of Tangos. We do see a smoke. We don't see many smokes anymore out of the base. They want to get something down. They have Dubu with a ward. Obviously, they have the lockdown if they need. Dark Willow as a sentry. Doesn't look like they'll find anyone. Well, RTZ is chilling here. Has a ward of his own. And he will just run out for now.
So it looks like Ogres are just going Stout Shield Orb of Venom.
That's the build.
Yep, makes sense. You don't need mana if you're just spamming
And Bloodlust.
Yeah, like, and you also don't need health regen because you have 5.7 health regen.
Pretty damn good.
That's a decent amount for sure.
Damn. I didn't realize it was that high. That is insane.
Yeah, it's like next level high.
This just doesn't look right though. Like look at the 3 heroes in the bottom room for EG. Like they're all the same.
They're like stunning.
Just
They're
stun
like
them.
single
Stun
target
that, stun
stunning.
that.
Yep.
I was gonna say they're all single target disables, but they don't really have anything on Fnatic that like punishes that though, do they? Like they don't have some illusion multi-target type hero.
I feel like the innate survivability of the draft and the Willow ult, like that to me is enough to.
So the
punish
fact
it.
that they have like AoE combo team fight with the mag
and they
with
just
Willow.
tank through. You're not going to be able to just immediately execute a kill as EG. You're gonna have
Okay.
to. It'll take time.
Okay, I can see what you're going with.
Oh, guess we'll see how this first level, middle one looks like. Sumail wins the block battle here.
As he often
Breathe
does.
fire. Last hit. I love just watching middle. Nothing more soothing than just watching people
Yeah.
last hit.
Hey, this is Sumail versus Abed as well. I mean, you ask for a matchup.
Yep. And this was, I mean, this was one of the biggest matchups in NA for a while when he was on Digital Chaos. And it does look like there's a full tri-lane coming up top, though. We got Ice Ice's DJ as well as Dubin. It looks like they're doing some crazy stuff, pulling the creeps away. Fly. He's going to try to take him. Will he make it? Looks like it.
Maybe this is the approach to Ogre. Just like let your carry get solo farm for a bit. Give him like a little bit of levels underneath his own tower. Now the lane's going to kind of start pushing out. Usually it does this on like the second or third wave. Now you TP a support bottom and look to pull. And that's exactly what they're doing. So cool. I can see the idea behind it because you're not going to beat the Ogre, I feel like. Like, you're just never killing this guy. As Kyle said, even when you do kill the guy, you're just expending so much resources that, like, he just comes back.
Remember, like, it's like an offlane Abaddon from, like, a year ago, but, like, way better in lane with a stun.
Yeah.
And you can't deny yourself, but, okay, well, it's not really the
You're
same
giving
at all.
some... You're giving... It's the same, except for 9
It's just
differences.
completely different.
Dude, what is... We've got some creeps just running all over the map. Dubu's taking these the long way. Arteezu is trying to pull them to connect them again,
It's
but...
called the scenic route, I believe.
taking a... You guys hikers or no?
Yes, I am.
Of course you are.
Well,
That's such a BSJ
Dude,
hobby.
I love hiking.
Dude,
I'm with you.
I'm a
my mom loves
spelunker.
hiking,
A splunker? You've never been splunking once in your life.
No, I haven't. That was a BSJ voice.
Oh, okay.
He's tell me you haven't explored a cave, BSJ.
I have not explored a
He's lying.
cave. I'm lying.
You know what? I lied. I bet you played golf.
I do.
Dude, I
have
play
played
golf.
Yep, I do play golf.
It's your
Not
country
very
club?
well, but I play golf. You know, define play. You know, it's like, do you
It does
play
make sense.
Dota? You know.
Yeah, you seem like you'd probably do better in a sport with tiny balls.
So why did Sumail just leave the regen down here? Does he assume, like... Why did he leave it down there? Because he walked down there. Is he just going to go pick it up after he
The
pushes
lane
this?
bottom is
There
like
you go.
kind of controlled by crit, right? Like you see how he's
And-
zoning the Willow for the most part, and he's kind of like a barrier that he knows that the DK's not gonna walk for it, and he can use up more resources before he gets.
Emergency, Grant. You got to change the order of the last 6 denies.
Yo,
Oh my God.
there we go.
Ugh.
There we go.
I looked at it and I just.
You couldn't do it. Wonder what happened. Someone must have touched my computer. You know, I'm usually perfect with the observing, so obviously someone else made a mistake somewhere here, but, you know, I won't
It was
call
me.
anyone out. Yeah, it was Kyle. He set me up
Sorry.
just to call me out. He's like, I'm going to get this dumbass.
I'm gonna bring attention to it since he hasn't noticed.
Oh, my goodness. And now, after that, well, they get crit down bottom. Looks like we just throw it down. You get the stun and the bramble.
I was gonna say this jug pick is nice in the sense that at least you have kill potential. Like you were talking about why we don't want to kill the ogre, but at least you don't expend too much, right? And of course they get the support there, but the point is you can't ever trade against ogre. You need kill lanes to beat him in a 2v2.
Yep. And even then, you're like, look at this, doesn't have spin yet, down for 4 seconds, and he
He's
has
just-
8 stick charges. He should be fine.
Well, he's
Right.
getting run at. I don't believe. Oh,
wait.
and there's the healing
I
ward.
feel like he
What
could have like
the-
ran the other direction, like just left.
Did Dubu block
I
him?
think Dubu
might
And
have.
he pathed,
I
right?
think the pathing.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe that's what happened actually. 100%.
That's a rough one because you get crit first blooded, but then all of a sudden you just lost your carry when you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So just to
that's-
clarify, because I know there's a lot of new viewers, a lot of noobs in chat. but
Hello.
what we're saying is, so Dubu TP'd, but like was blocking the.
He was right-clicking somewhere to the left of where Dubu
Yeah,
TP'd.
exactly. So if Dubu's standing like, yeah, Dubu's like right. I think like, you get it.
And then he's like doing some sort of like over here
Yeah.
figure eighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way pathing in Dota works, like he still tries
It's
to
rough.
take you to that location, but you
It's
can't.
blocked
So it finds
in the
an
direction
alternate
you're trying to
route.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's good about that? Phase boots.
Oh.
Another good use for that great
You know
item.
what else is good? Binding a direct movement key in your options. It allows you to move in a direction regardless if the path is
But
blocked.
even then, like, if you're in the moment right there, you're not going to realize you're getting blocked by a support who just TP'd in.
Hey.
Because the problem is it went from not being blocked to blocked. You know what I mean?
It's true. Maybe you should just play with more Legos.
Ooh, I'll bet it's he gonna
True.
get both the range creep denies. He
Oh.
does.
Oh, value stun.
That
He's
is-
just 1-1-3ing it up
Yeah.
with double bracer. I like it.
This is how you play against the Am. This is why you're favored, because you just tank the damage, and as you just saw, you just stun for denies
This
and
is
last
like a
hits.
timber saw type
Yeah.
playing of the lane. Okay.
You're just chilling.
But Ember just can't get denies, especially with the double bracer build. Like, he's 1300 health.
belt of strength. Too.
Yeah. This is great, and I feel like this is ideal for Fnatic. You're going to be able to control the tempo of this game. Another issue with EG's lineup, where's the tower damage? They've absolutely none. They're effectively, to your point, Grant, you know, they came into the game saying, we're better, we're going to be better, and
Yep.
we'll win the game.
I just want to point out that a really cool move by Abed here is he flying out a salve when he's full health with regen. I'm pretty sure his plan
Tank
is to
the
like
tower.
tank the tower. Yeah, that's a really cool little.
You got the siege unit.
Yeah, like I think this is something I wouldn't have expected him to do.
Definitely not something you would have done.
Yes, yes. This requires like 2 or 3 steps ahead thinking here.
We'll see. Looks like they're going to fight for this 6-minute rune, actually. Sunil goes forward. There will be a stun. They're going to move on forward. Dubu looks to fall here and will go down. Is a rune picked up bottom? It's actually DJ will scoop up an Invis rune. See if they want to get something Abed.
Oh, I like this. He's going to try and defend his catapult.
Yep. See if he can. Looks like he can for now, at least.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a play. You don't want Sumail to just use that flame guard to get
Just
next
right-click it.
wave.
And they're going to bring even more to defend this. They just want to push this tower. They know what they want. Bottom lane. It is an Invis on DJ, still S4. It's a tough kill, especially since he will be level 5.
He's not level 6 yet on Jug either.
Not there's going to be the stun. Jab's not going to be level 6. Will they just run at him? There's going to be the stun. Will he spin, try to get this kill? He's just going to run around. He is spinning, but I'm pretty sure he just loses right click bell. There's going to be 2 TPs coming in. There's a healing ward as well, just juking around. They're going to move forward. Jab's in a little bit of trouble. They do lose the vision, though. Wave of Terror is actually going to miss. There we go. The Fly will find him, and they get a kill.
He aggroed the tower right before he
Yeah.
spun. So
He
that-
tanked like 6 tower
Yeah.
hits. But look at this middle lane, Abed. He protected his siege unit, as you talked about, Kyle. Now he might just get a tower.
The idea of the siege unit protecting is it's so much pressure being created in the minute that EG responds somewhere else like they did. So even though they died bottom on Jug, like it's the ideal like way of doing this is to not die on Jug, but you're trying to force EG elsewhere so that you can do exactly what's happening mid. The tower is gonna maybe get denied, maybe not. Nope, it goes down to the catapult.
Oh, will they look for a kill here? There's going to be a wave of terror coming out, but guess what?
That's 4
Shadow on
heroes.
TP.
That's
Yeah.
4 heroes and they just walk away. So that's really like, despite the death on Jug, I think that was really well played by Fnatic just because the idea is by keeping that catapult alive, it's like this looming threat. Like as long as it's alive,
Metal's pressure.
yes, exactly. And
It's still alive, my friend. It's going for tier 2. It wants blood. It wants more.
Okay, I don't know about that at
Alright.
7.5, but I like the enthusiasm, Grant.
Thanks. I love me some siege
I
groups.
think this is something we're going to see the entire tournament. Just playing around these catapults early game. Finding the objective.
Ooh, Root will end up hitting on Fly. There will be a Bramble. Look at that. The
Nice.
breeze fire from the low ground. It's level 2. Gonna get the stun of it. And now this will be a kill.
That was sick. They're playing real nice right now.
Treads
Fnatic.
Vlad's on Mag.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm like mixed feelings. Like, you know, most strength heroes nowadays just go phase boots, and usually Mag goes like either phase or mana boots. But the fact is, he's more of like a lane player, and treads are probably the best boots for Mag. And then you have armor problems, and he's going Vlad. So.
Yep. It's just also more damage amp. It ensures. It's just like that jack of all trades item.
Yeah, I mean, they nerfed Empower a long time ago to make it 10% less damage. So now you just buy a Vlad's.
There you go.
It's that easy.
So do you you guys like just Fnatic moving around the map kind of as this 4 or 5?
Yeah. See, compare top, look tower dead, look bottom.
Let's look.
There's a significant difference in the way these teams push towers.
Surprisingly, he is doing, dude, level, oh, yeah, okay, he's only doing level 2 Bloodlust. Saw Max last time, but yeah, they're not
They
going
don't
to
even
go
need
for
to
this.
defend it. It's just,
Defending itself. It's like, I got this.
yeah. I'm
Toss the
surprised that
rock.
no one's coming down here, though. Like, there's heroes in the area. Fnatic's at the shrine. Are they going to live?
S4 has a soaring, by the way. Like, he's not going for the Midas. He had like 1,200 gold saved up and went for the Blade of Attack plus soaring. So he's like fully invested in not getting this early Midas.
I thought Ice might try and get aggressive there.
We'll just see him right-click each other. TZ not too scared yet, as you said, though. Could just get ulted by Mag, right-click down.
Generally speaking, the Lifestealer matchup for Lifestealer Jug is Lifestealer favored for like the first 20 minutes, and then once they both get like 3 items, Jug benefits more from the items. So.
Is there ever an item build Lifestealer can go to not do that, or just all the builds pretty much get countered?
From what I understand, like by playing it out, it's mainly just the base attack time is the problem. Like they're both heavy right clickers, and Jug has 1.4 while Lifestealer is 1.85. So
and
like,
he's an agility hero,
yeah,
so eventually
he naturally just gets more attack speed without having build attack speed.
Oh my goodness, there's gonna be the multicast into the death. Phase boots, soul ring, plus that wave of terror. This S4 does a lot of damage.
A problem.
Dude, he's a lot scarier than, I mean, Chalice won that game, but like this ogre, he's already
playing
ready.
it like a core. Like
Yeah.
the Chalice one was more of a 4-position ogre from
Like the
drop
secret
and roll,
style,
yeah.
as you said, yeah.
And so far, so good, I'd say, for Fnatic, but EG's still with the lead. I think it's kind of, it's really the offlaner disparity. That's where the net worth lead is.
Just watching, right-click battle going on. There's gonna be open wounds.
And he can't ult because he'll just go over and infest.
Honestly, I like the way Arteezy's playing this, though. He's forcing this to happen. What's happening
Is
right
he
now?
dead? Is
Yes.
he just
That's
dead?
all because Arteezy just
Yep.
spent the last, like, 3 minutes running a Jug every time he went up to him. That was, like, building up over the course of 3 minutes, which is
Yeah.
really
That's well
cool.
played. A lot of that, though, if you check out the ward on their own shrine, that's what's allowed Arteezy to play this way because he knows where Ice has been, farming
Always.
jungle instead of threatening an RP top.
So anytime he moves this way, I'm backing up. Anytime he's not, I'm hitting you.
Yep.
I was discussing this with Gunnar, because Gunnar has some, like, pretty crazy moves that he makes where he just randomly runs into a group of 4 heroes, and he's like, if I see heroes and I think I can run into them, I do it. It's like, it's the same thing when you're farming.
Just
One of the highest skilled things to do as a player is knowing that you're allowed to just run at a guy.
Yeah.
Based on the information you have, the information he has.
It's always it's the funniest thing. It's probably the easiest way to identify bad players in like pro matches. Like I remember games like in some NA qualifier against like Leviathan or something.
Yeah, some
I'd like
trash team
TV
like that.
bottom
Yeah,
tier 2.
seven, tier
I'm like
7
a
team.
5-position Jakiro, right?
oh.
And they just back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I'm casting spells at the wave and they're afraid of
Yep.
me. And
Yeah.
you got to be willing to
risk
push
it for
the
biscuit.
envelope. Yeah, you
Noobs
got to play with
SMH,
risk.
am I right? Like,
Yeah, you gain information by taking risks. If you just continuously play passive, you just give the enemy team space.
Okay, we are smoked up on EG. Probably looking to rotate to this ogre. Kind of like you talked about this ogre's a problem. He's constantly pushing in the lane, and he's electing to go Midas after these like early game power items.
Yep.
And this enables his
And
team to play around him like this.
Look at that. The catapult's still alive.
Bloodlusted.
Let's make a move
Oh,
around it.
bloodlusted catapult.
Lift the creep wave. They're making this move as well as getting dove.
They might be making an alternate rotation on Arteezy, but he's just going to back off because he knows his team's about to show. Really good play by Arteezy.
Yep. Here we go. DJ still in there. Wave of terror misses, but they find him now. The sleight of fist is there. They're going to move over. There is going to be a terrorize. It looks like who's going to be on? Nope. Cancels it out.
That was so well played.
There's going to be a stun. It looks like Fly will go down here. A lot of TPs. 3 of them.
That was actually perfect. You could see, so like they make this smoke move. It goes a little too long. The window to make the play has closed, so they bait it and immediately back. Like that's exactly how you have to play that scenario as EG. They force the rotate back bottom. Really cool.
Okay. This DK has the blink dagger if he wants to go. He's not buying it yet. He buys it. Is this like, what do you do with this now? You just smoke up, get a kill, or do you just run around with +1?
You just make some plays. Get a couple kills. Look to do Roche around that 18-minute mark or so.
I think
Yeah,
your
you
primary plays are on Jug. Like anytime Jug has Omni, you just need to play on the same side of the map as him. So what Lifestealer was doing earlier isn't like possible anymore.
I think a key point here is that the Fnatic lineup, specifically their 1 and 2, are very level dependent. You want 12 on Jug and 12 on Abed before you do anything crazy.
To be
Really on
fair,
the what?
the Jug level 12 is not nearly as good as it used to be.
Why is that?
It used to be that when it was flat Omni slash damage, it went from 3 to 6, so 12 was literally twice.
Oh,
as
well,
good
it's
as,
literally just 0.25.
yeah, it's like virtually. It's funny that you said it because like I was literally like, oh, I'm level 12 on Jug, I'm strong now.
Let's go.
And then I looked at this and I was like,
Wait,
This
I
is
get
like-
one extra? All right.
it's still like nice damage output, but it's like it used to be that like
Yeah.
level 12
It
was
was like plus
unrecognized-
600, not
yeah.
plus 150.
Yeah, exactly. So it is still a ton of damage with the Empower, but you just want to play around Jug in the sense that you want this map pressure of the two heroes, the carries, farming. You want one of them to be pressured.
Looks like some sort of gank going on middle. They will get bowled down.
This
He's
Willow TP is actually invincible this game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like there's no way to stop it.
Lift someone else into
yeah,
it.
okay.
That's about it.
Or lift a creep, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Does that mean you don't level your lift so that you can do it sooner?
Ooh,
Think about
I'll think. And I'll disagree.
it. I will.
No, yeah. So what's Rubik looking at this game? Is he just Steel Breathe Fire? I'm going to farm creeps. Is there like any just like a Crystal Maiden ulti or something in a team fight he wants?
I think it's the RP primarily.
RP.
Yeah. Especially against Mag Jug. Like, it's just a game changer.
There we go. Sorry, net worth. Look at that. We are pretty much dead even here. Experienced a little bit in favor of Fnatic by about 600-700.
This
So
Willow
very
is
even.
unkillable, actually, if you really think about it. They have to get the Rubik lift on the Willow, and then
Here's the Yules. Oh, there's the Yules now. Will be a Bramble on the ground. Little skewer. And uh-oh. There's going to be a swap, though. Will it save Sumail? No, because the ulti comes out. And
Sick.
ice.
that was sick play.
DJ?
Yes, DJ. is
Come
dominant.
on.
The nerf on Side of Fist is a huge deal in the Willow Ember matchup now, because if you Yules him into the Bramble, he actually just can't do
yeah.
anything.
And you can't, I do not believe you can cast. Like, even if you have a Remnant up, you can't get out, can you?
You can cast the Remnant, but you can't go to the Remnant.
No, but I mean, if you have one up already and you get Yules, a Bramble underneath.
No, I don't think you can.
Because there's a couple. There's
I know what you're
sometimes
saying.
you can, but
I don't think you can, but I'm not 100%.
I don't think so
sure.
either. No, I'm thinking blink. You can blink out of it before
Yeah.
you get Brambled. You can't Remnant out
Yeah.
before Bramble.
Well, we have a lot of dire heroes moving this way, but Fnatic, ice. He's going to try to make it out, but it looks like he might just be left to the wolves here. And yep, will be. S4 hits him with the multicast. Crit
Is
takes
Jug
the kill.
empowered?
No, he
he's
stole
not.
Skewer.
Okay. I'm saying
Oh,
like it's
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
it,
If
while
you
Ice
die,
Ice Ice
do
is
your
dead,
job.
if
That's
you're empowering
that's
me,
what matters. As
yeah.
long as you can die, but make sure I'm buffed.
Yep. I was playing with Cap on Crystal Maiden, and he died. I think it was Cap, and he died, and I was like, I need you to buy back for the mana regen, buddy.
Did he?
No.
Well,
Bad teammate.
Yeah.
I would say anyone not listening to BSJ.
If you don't understand why I need that mana regen, then like
You probably don't get Dota.
you don't know why you're playing Crystal Maiden, basically.
Smokes up.
Let's see.
It's a big fight.
We have, it looks like just no Magnus ulti, no Jug ulti as well. So the only two down. We'll see if EG wants to commit on that. Oh, get to go uphill. Get to find one. There will be a spin. Has to just run away. There's a swap available. Uh-oh, there's going to be the Yules. Arteezy's actually going to run into it. There's going to be a fear. It hits onto two of them in the back. There's an ulti from the Crystal Main. Sumail gets blown up. Arteezy, he ran in there. Now he's going to get right-clicked. Has the armlet,
Abed's
though.
keeping.
Yeah.
That was a
They're
sick play
looking.
by the Willow too.
Oh.
The fear of the people in the back rather than
What-
the target.
But don't you guys remember the song?
Which one?
What's the song?
If I were an Oscar, what? What?
No, it's-
Oscar Mayer winner.
Don't walk up the high ground with no vision.
Oh, yeah.
And then you repeat
classic.
that for 10 hours or so.
And they walked up
The
the high ground.
classic blunder.
It is.
Grant.
And look at this. There's going to be Erosion King, but look at this. Abed, he's ready. They're going to look for Fly. Fly might just go down. There's going to be an ulti actually coming out from the Juggernaut. Kills the illusion,
Oh,
and now
so
they're going
sick
to
from
turn
ice.
around. Crit.
He baited the
Back
RP
down.
so it couldn't be stolen.
And now look at that. Ogre Magi. Guess what? You're just down. And Fnatic, they are looking good. And as you said, they're just going into Roche. They've already taken a little bit of it.
And where's EG's team fight? That's the concern. But I want to reiterate, like, he canceled the RP twice. Crit, like, you have to get the steal
Yeah.
off right away.
Or
because
else he'll
most
just
men-
cast some powers.
Exactly. Like, he's experienced enough to cover, so he just gets juked. And that's all Ice has to do here. It's better that he doesn't use RP
Whoa.
if it means Rubik would steal.
Let's see what happens here. They're actually going to try to move. There's going to be a lot of damage going to the Magnus. Sumail actually misses his Remnant, but Arteezy will still pick up the kill. And as you said, unkillable when he just TPs out like that. And Sumail, he's going to move forward. He has a double damage. He says, Dubu, I'm sorry, my friend. You baited me uphill once. you're gonna die for
Yeah,
that.
there's no Omni Slash, no
Yep.
DK ultimate. Like, you're just not afraid of anything right now. And
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
important that they punish these long cooldowns. And he has to go BKB on Ember. I think this is correct, but in these like
hurts.
previous matchups, like the reason why Ember used to be first rounded is you didn't die to Willow, Yule's, Bramble, like these heroes that just root you like that. You didn't die to that
Yeah.
previously, but now you're actually killable. He's died twice now due to that nerf, which is a pretty drastic nerf when you think about it that way. Jug has the S and Y, and I don't know, what does he go? Does he go for the Maelstrom? Does he go for just stat items like Scotty Butterfly?
Why do Jugs not just go Maelstrom first anymore?
Most Jugs tend to go, but you have the mag, so
Okay,
it's
okay.
like...
So you just want stats maybe or damage?
Yeah, generally stats are the best with mag. Just every stat is 40% better for your damage. But, I don't know, we'll see. Like, he doesn't have to build any items. Yeah, he's just going Scotty. The way I look at this game is you don't need an item. So kind of just go what feels good. Make me tankier,
Yeah.
make me move
Dude,
faster.
I love Scotty against melee cores as well, and you're playing against 3 of them. It's just, there's no reason not to do it. You're also playing against Lifestealer, so Arteezy will have a really hard time going head-to-head. And in addition, just to kind of break this game down a bit, it's quite even. We're about to hit 20 minutes, 8-8, gold
Yeah.
experience near dead heat. EG, low cooldowns, you got to abuse that. Find windows where Fnatic's ults are on cooldown, like they did around that mid-tower. If you're Fnatic, you want to find this next opportunity to force a team fight, execute, and immediately move into the Roche pit.
There will be bounty runes. Looks like Fnatic, they're going to pick up 4 bounty runes here. That's a lot of gold.
It
All of a
is.
sudden, it went from a less than 1,000
Yeah.
gold lead for EG to
It-
2K lead for Fnatic. Thanks,
it's not
runes.
even anymore.
So my question is, would you rather be an empowered Jug or a bloodlusted Lifestealer in this game?
Well, would you rather have fingers as long as your toes or toes as long as your fingers?
I'd rather have toes as long as my fingers.
Yeah.
I could climb
How
some
would you wear
serious
shoes?
trees. I mean, I'd custom make them, dude. I'd obviously have some unique skill beyond like a show on
Crocs.
in Vegas, you know? I'd be on like a show in Vegas as like one of those like crazy climb people or something, and then I'd have enough money to get custom-made shoes. Think about it.
I'll think.
But if I have like stubby fingers, then what am I gonna do with that?
It's true.
But to answer my own question, because you didn't answer it, I'd rather be the Jug here because you have
Okay.
like all this AOE team fight counter.
Thank you.
initiation.
We have some sort of possible fight going on right here. Whoa, Abed goes uphill immediately. Ice is down there. He is pretty damn tanky. Fly will get the swap out. Crit's gonna get saved. Venge. Well, he's just gonna try to back out. There's gonna be a 2-man. They get the Empower Sumails here. The ulti isn't hitting from Crystal Main. Actually, Crit feels it. It's hitting above, but it won't matter. Arteezy already goes down. S4 gets brought down as well. What a fight for Fnatic. Will they get one more? They sure as hell will. It's gonna be a 4-for-0 with an Ogre buyback in. From this
Wow.
game's even to a 2K to a 4K lead, and
That's
Fnatic.
They're just playing perfect. EG, you don't have initiation. Fnatic, they just go. And there's no way you're going to be able to team fight them as EG unless you get an RP steal. There's no other way.
This feels a little bit scary, right? You're not taking it the quickest. Maybe you're taking it quick enough.
They have sustain with the Vlads, and DK is like super tanky, so you're not taking any damage. Usually these go badly
'Cause
when the
you're
opponent
half
contests
HP.
and you're half. Yeah.
They will need to try and zone out EG, though, who are just beelining forward. But it's only Ember that can really enter the pit
And he's
from
not
afar.
alive yet. So it looks like they will just get a free Roshan here. Dude, Abed playing so well
Yeah,
this
he
game.
is.
Ice as well. Another 2-man, no blink, right? Just skewer into an RP.
And I'm glad to see it, because if Abed has any flaws as a player, I've always felt like... I mean, he didn't necessarily underperform at lands, but it feels like those typical tier 1, like the S tier
Yeah.
mids, like the Miracles, the Sumails, like they had an extra level on land.
Yeah.
And it never felt like Abed would like hit that, but so far, I'd argue he's played flawlessly.
No. Going for a pretty standard build. Blink, BKB into an Assault Kyrus. And now this is when you want EG to make a move, right? None of the cooldowns are up, but the problem is
the Roche.
where. Yeah.
And
Can't do anything.
Deso on Arteezy, not going for the Radiance anymore, but Deso against, you know, a DK of Lads, like you're going to have that canceled out by the AC.
Yeah. Oh, well, here we go. Wave of Terror will hit too. Abed is there. There is going to be a stun. Fly will get a swap out. Arteezy is going to try to fight now. He does get a lot of HP back. That will be a healing ward. Arteezy will bring it down. They get the mech off, and now look at this sustain, though. Arteezy is just going to go down. There's the second thing, a swap. It won't matter. There's going to be a fear on 4 of them. Fnatic is just running over EG right now. It's a beatdown. S4 gets a kill on the Jug, but guess what? I have an Aegis. I don't care. They're just going to pick up another, and oh my goodness. It's a beatdown.
I don't want to... I don't know,
do
guys.
it.
Oh, close. So.
Fnatic was a lot of teams, a lot of people's weakest, one of the weaker teams here, according to predictions. They are not looking that way. However, I'm really curious as to your guys' opinions on the EG draft. Like, is this Fnatic outplaying, or is this them having a window to do so? Like, do they have the easier time playing this game?
I don't know how else to say it other than like you pick this light. Like you have two hard carries that are buffed up by their team. You have like the Venge Ogre, you have the Mag CM, and I would just so much rather play Jug in this game because they have so much AoE counter initiation. Like if you commit with Lifestealer onto a target, you have to be so scared of if you don't rage instantly, you just get stunned by DK. If you do rage, you get RP'd, and then
Or
if you're
Scottied.
Oh yeah, or Scottied. And if you're Jug, and they lift you and like try to kill you,
You've got.
the rest of your team kills them.
Yeah.
And
And
so
they
it's
use
like,
all their stuns on you. There's
yeah,
none left.
Yeah, and then the DK is also like a source of damage with the Empower.
Yeah.
So it just feels so much easier to play Fnatic's draft. Like I said, like I know I could have seen EG snowballing the lanes, but they didn't do that. And like you said, they do have just point-click stuns on one hero. And team fights, you're just not going to win if you have that.
I also just think the EG lineup, it's sort of like 3 supports, whereas the meta feels a lot more like people running 4 cores.
Yeah.
This is very much more just a, you know, Arteezy Sumail show.
Right now, the show is not online.
No. But I point to the draft, like, there's no team fight. It's similar to the previous series. We're like, all right, well, if this is a 5-on-5, all heroes will have their spells up. We know who's going to win it. And Arteezy now on the retreat.
Yeah,
Did
but
he not have TP?
I
had
think he
RT,
was
they had
worried
their
about
mag,
Ice. We'll make it out, though. Just hops in, fly, and gets the hell out. 9K lead now for Fnatic. This Juggernaut, as you said, pretty much feels unkillable. So many stats, has status resistance, and going Butterfly next.
So a lot of the way carry matchups work is if one hero has to itemize to counter the other, and then the other hero can counter, it's just itemized to feel good, then the hero that itemizes to feel good wins, and they feel good. So what I'm saying is Jug doesn't actually have to ever build items to deal with Lifestealer that are like inconvenient for him. Well, Lifestealer has this Deso, right? Like you're canceling that Deso out with your stat items, and you're tankier. This Lifestealer didn't actually benefit from the Deso for his own game.
Do you use that philosophy in real life as well, or just Dota?
So like, how would you apply that to real life?
Buying items to make you feel good.
So like, what kind of items make me feel good though? I'm confused with what you like.
A
Look, we
food
got a team
product.
fight.
We might have one. I'll bet he just pops the BKB. They're going to turn it around. This is a level 3 dragon, by the way, the Frosty Boy himself. But
If anybody knows what Kyle's actually like hinting at right now, I have no clue what you're getting at. I'm like, is this an innuendo? Is this like, you know, just a random BS question? I'll figure it out later, I'm sure.
he'll make you figure it out yourself.
Yeah,
I'll show you some
deliberate.
links later.
Thank you.
Well, Dubu.
And now BSJ, by the way, he's thinking golf clubs.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting golf clothes right now.
So what do you do? If you are EG, you're down by 9K. I mean, all the cooldowns are pretty much up except for DK form.
You have single target burst. You just have to
Find a pick
catch
off
somebody.
somewhere.
Yeah, like you have to start the fight 4v or 5v4, and if Fnatic plays it properly, they're just not gonna give that to you. But if you catch them with their pants down,
Dude, I'm telling you, you want to predict games at home? If you put both teams, literally, if you look at drafts, you look at games once they hit this 20-minute mark. If assume both teams have all their spells and items off cooldown, and they ran at each other bot TI style.
but actually casted everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
If both teams cast all their spells, who wins? And Fnatic doesn't a landslide in this game. And I just, it's such a, you have to outplay them to win if you're EG, and it's just so difficult, I feel, with this just utter lack of team fight.
Well, the only way I feel like you can win if that's not the case is if you're ahead. Like, meaning like you're able to force fights on your own terms. You can like poke and prod, like, you know, that kind of thing. And like if you don't snowball the lanes, like we kind of mentioned, then if you walk at each other and you're behind, you're going to take fights on the other team's terms, and then they're going to cast all their abilities and they're going to win. So the only way you can make up for them being able to win by casting their abilities is by forcing fights where they can't, but that's not going to happen. And so he is queuing up the Basher on Jug. I wouldn't even mind if he goes Butterfly. Like, he had that queued up possibly as well.
I like the Basher.
Yeah,
I
that's
want him
fine.
to have an item now, and also just more control. More importantly, more ability to go toe-to-toe with Arteezy.
Yep. It's not a feels bad item on Jug. Like, you lock people down and gives you a little tankiness, a little damage.
Can we not use memes?
Sorry.
Why would he say?
He said a feels bad man item instead of just a bad item.
Hey, I'm trying to relate to my audience, but I'll tone it down. I'll tone it down.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Do you?
With the solar crest, this guy's just pretty much unkillable.
Yeah, and they're just gonna wait for the next Roche, right? Like they can take things slow. They already took the top shrine. Once Jug gets Aegis, like if they all end him on EG, maybe they could bring him down. But
Yeah.
3K health.
I'm saying if he has Aegis, you're never killing
Yeah.
him twice. So it's like a guaranteed success plan if you get this Aegis. But
Ooh.
meanwhile, play the map control game. Do this like sweep motion from top to bottom where you're like anybody outside of this base, like you're playing sheepdog to the sheep. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. At least somebody does.
Corral him on in.
Yep.
And it just feels like EG, they're kind of just stuck in their own base right now.
I like this move by DJ. He's kind of just like playing with his food. He's like, if I have my whole team behind you, you
I
have
thought
to
he
be
was
scared.
a sheepdog. Well, now he's a wolf.
I mean, you literally change your analogy like 7 times in the middle of a game, so I think I'm allowed to do it once, Kyle.
Just
I'll
trying to
approve
keep
it.
you honest, BSJ.
Okay. I got grant approval.
Yep, the approval is there. And actually, most sheepdogs are descendants of wolves, so.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's what I was going for. Somebody understands me. It takes at least like pretty high IQ.
Yeah. I'm at least over 40.
Yeah, at least 40. That's usually the bare minimum.
Surprisingly, look at this. They're trying to get some bounty runes here. Over on the other side, though, Fly didn't even pick up the rune, and he's just going to die. Stunned up, and Abed from the
That
low
is
ground.
so much damage.
Yeah, it is. A little just flying around you, killing everyone.
Yeah, it does. It does like 2,000 damage. If it hits you with every attack. That's a decent amount.
Yeah, AC on Arteezy, but
It's here. And you'll see they're just playing around it. They're clearing out the jungle, clearing out all the waves, and sticking around. Full pipe now on the mag as well.
And this is exactly how you want to play it. You're just going to camp this high ground now, and EG is going to be forced to smoke to try and defend this Roche, and you're going to find a stack of 5 enemy heroes.
Notice how they can never commit on this Jug.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to sit at least the Willow or the Mag behind him, and then you can't go on him.
Midas.
He made up with
times.
it. He made up with
He
it.
made up. You know, he got the good old triple cast.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, yeah. We totally... This is the first time we've seen Jabs play carry.
Yeah.
Like,
At a
this
big
whole
tournament,
year.
yeah.
And how are you feeling about it?
Looking good so
We're
far.
gonna know. He blinks forward. There will be a stun though. We'll get fade bolted, but guess what? There's the glimmer. He's just gonna throw out the ulti. It looks like on the backside there's a fight going as well. There's gonna be a kill on Sumail. There's gonna get the kill on Rubik. It looks like finally goes down. Elsewhere, it's Arteezy. Arteezy and Sumail tried to jump into the backlines and get kills, and I'm feeling this game might just be a little bit over.
It's mega over. What a debut for this new lineup from Fnatic.
That's a 5. That's a 5-0 there. Gonna buy back though. It's TI. Always. Yo, as long as you're in the game, you have a chance, Kyle.
Hey, you know,
Yes.
something last year went down. You remember when there was that team that everyone thought was bad? They had their coach come in and replace a player.
No.
What happened to those guys?
I think they did pretty good, if I remember.
Huh.
Maybe they did the best, even.
Was it like top 5 we got?
They're up there.
Yeah, they were top 5.
Okay, they were top 5.
There's a full Orchid now in the DK, and still in the stash, but already purchased it. And there goes Rax
Yeah.
middle. Oh, they're gonna head top.
This is a very good performance from Fnatic, but
The draft.
I think EG is still very much a sleeping tiger. This is they're a bit rusty as they traditionally are early on in a tournament. You can expect them to learn from this one for
First
certain.
game of the day, you know?
Yeah. There's just too many variable or too many like what is it like tick marks like missing from the draft,
Yeah.
like no tower push, no team fight, like minimal wave clear. It's just too much single target. It's just a very difficult game for them to win, especially once Fnatic took that fight and got Roche.
Oh, they bait them going into Roche. There's gonna blink forward now. It will be Fly. Just the 5 position. Hasn't gone down quite yet. He's just chilling. Having a good old time. Will die finally. On the backside, though, they're going to look for one more, and guess what? They get it again. Ember is feared away. Does he go into the brambles? No, he will pop his BKB now. Going to try to turn it around. The Ogre on the backside is tanking up a lot of damage. Gets bashed up by the Jug spinning. Sumail wants to at least get a kill on DJ. Can he? They finally get a kill. Arteezy, though, guess what? Going to be the next to fall there. Root will go down. They're going to try to kill the Crystal Maiden now, but even with just that Glimmer Cape, so tanky. Is he going to go back in? He is. Sumail, they want this kill. They're going to look. Crystal Maiden will finally go down. And Crit and S4 on the back lines. They're staying here. No Blink Dagger on the Rubik, and guess what? They found you. They had the ward here scouting him out the whole time. Now they just go into Roche, and this should be an easy one.
When I think of Crit's Rubik, I never want to see him with a mech.
Yeah,
Like
he's a swaggy player.
He's a great, like, I think he's probably been he's definitely the most consistent player this year, arguably their best. And he's playing one of his signature heroes without the ability to truly play it to its max potential. It just doesn't feel good to be a straight point early. What does it feel?
It feels bad, man. I believe is the scientific term.
You got the
Rain Drex barely alive. They're just going to go push bottom. They still have a tier 2 they have to take, but an illusion rune on this Juggernaut makes it a little easier.
I like how Ice is playing his mag, though. He just got Vlad's Solar Crest pipe. You know, he's just chilling.
He's like, I'll wait in the back.
He's not a team fight initiator. Yeah. We've got DK for that.
He didn't even use his ulti last fight.
So a lot of people ask, like, how do people know when to build what items? And it's all about asking yourself what your job in the game is.
Yeah.
Like, usually mag is considered like this initiating team fighter. It's like, you have DK for that. Why not? Who else on mag's team builds these aura items? Nobody. So that's your job in this game.
I feel like a good itemizing properly is like having a good conversation. You know, you don't really, you can sort of have an idea of where it's going to go, but you got to let it happen naturally.
Yeah, exactly. So is that why, you know, my ability to itemize properly and find a date go hand in hand?
Exactly.
Okay. So first, if I learn how to itemize properly in Dota.
That is honestly, dude, I love you to death, PSJ. Your itemization, it's so bad. It's so bad. And it's funny because he'll lose, right? And then after the game, he'll be chilling with his stream. It's like, man, I really messed up here. I should have gone for this, this, and this. And then know what he does next game?
Same thing.
Yeah,
Kyle's losing it.
Fnatic's going high
They're
ground.
going to try to. Will they be able to finish it? Fly almost goes down, but won't quite yet. There's going to be a sheep actually onto the Ember Spirit. DJ with that sheep stick. There will be a swap out to help, but they're just bringing everyone down. There goes the Ogre as well. Crit will just run away. Sumail, we actually see the G's do get called, and wow.
Yeah.
Fnatic, as you said, jabs on the carry. You got Dubu on this Crystal main. They never felt behind, right? It was pretty even for a lot of the game, but it never felt like, yo, Fnatic, you got to get back into this.
You know what it feels like? It feels like they've got a captain, boys. Like, that's the thing. I mean, Dubu, you could argue that, I mean, hard to say. They swap roles. I want to talk about player versus player comparisons, but it's similar to, again, like that OGG situation last year where it felt like both teams improved after some players were changed around. Yeah. You needed a captain as Fnatic. You always had the talent. You always had the skill. But now finally you've got drafts that seem to like make more sense. Ice is activated. You have 2 cores. It just felt clean. It was a good draft. Just solid altogether.
Yep. We said on paper it's like if both teams have normal games, Fnatic's gonna win. And EG, I think the 2 deaths by Sumail in the mid game kind of really slowed down any chance of gaining some momentum here.
Come on over. Come on over, family and friends.
Yeah,
we all would like to be blessed.
I'm welcome to the party.
Yeah, you are.
But yeah, they just lost momentum with those couple, like the map shifts, and like they were able to take fights on their own terms. They have this Blink DK who's unkillable for the most part. You have to expend everything, and like the way Fnatic plays, I really liked it. They had the Willow and they had the Mag, so they have this representation.
Those were the heroes they drafted.
They did draft those heroes, yes, but no, they threatened the counter initiation. Yeah. You're scared of committing, and you have all single target, and you have 2 really beefy cores.
Yeah.
So
you
there's no natural way to win in the fight.
I felt like they don't have the ability to poke like Fnatic did, where you have a Jug and a DK that can just go. We can walk at you as long as our team is close enough.
Force out abilities on yourself.
Exactly. Whereas EG, Lifestealer and Ember, they're more of this hit and run guerrilla style. Like Arteezy, in theory, wanted to get to a point where he's so strong with the Radiance, he'd have some sort of evasion tool. He could just walk forwards, bloodlusted. But when you have to go this armlet physical damage build and you're behind, you just don't have that freedom.
Yep.
And I mean, this Willow, if you're first picking this Ember, do you think about taking the Willow out of the pool in the second phase or no? Because it felt like this Willow was a giant problem for Sumail.
Oh, for sure.
Like, just completely countered him.
I'm telling you, I was surprised we didn't see more Willow so far already. Like, I thought this hero would see priority.
It's our 3rd game.
I'm saying that, like, it was completely ignored in the first 2 games. I think she's one of the most broken supports right now. Like,
why is that? Wax poetic. We got
just like as a carry, there's nothing you can like as a core player. You never want to go on a Willow, and then you never want to go on anyone else either because she just terrorizes you. So like you have to buy a BKB on literally any hero you're playing against her, unless you're playing Jug or Lifestealer, and even those heroes can't kill her. So it's like like it's just another hero that I talked about with like offlane ogre that's annoying in the lane. Like, what do you pick in lane against it? I don't actually know what to pick in game against a Willow. Like, there's no carry that I'm like.
Visage.
I believe in Visage. I believe that 100% that would make sense because like any traditional single target carry just sucks.
Yeah, I actually think that would have been a hero. I love that hero for EG
Yeah.
in that game. It's like, team fight items, tower pressure. You've got like peel, you got
Yeah.
stuns, you got poke, peaks
Yeah.
earlier. Like, Venge is nice and all, but I didn't think we
Wha-
saw a single aggressive swap.
No,
Yeah.
we did
And
not. All saves.
You've got
It's rough. You
effectively 3 heroes that just kind of chill.
do the same thing.
Yeah.
They sit in the back. They're like, yo, Arteezy, Sumail carry us. And unfortunately, they couldn't do that. So we're going into a game 2 now.
Mhm.
Don't worry, guys. We're sitting here with you. You know,
Yeah, we
this
don't
time,
believe in
yeah,
breaks.
don't go get any sort of drinks or anything. Sit here and just
listen to
watch
us.
us.
Look at us.
Watch us, look at you.
No, but game 2, EG, they're now
Dude.
0-1 coming in. Fnatic 1-0. What's up?
I was just thinking we could do something next year. I'll pitch this for TI10, where during the breaks, we have like a random viewer on webcam, and we just like roll like a roulette, and then we end up talking to one, and asking them questions, like an interview. We're gonna interview you.
As
at
long
home.
as we have like a delay on stream, because that could
That's
get,
true.
That could get real
I've
sketch.
been on chat roulette enough times to know
Yeah.
that that's
What
probably a bad
happens?
idea.
Yeah, more than likely. Thanks,
What
Kyle,
does-
for that one.
No,
Not
sounds
much.
like
You know, you
another-
meet a lot of friends,
Another
and you know.
genius idea from Kyle.
Yep, Kyle,
Yeah.
And that's assuming you get invited to TI10, because after this performance, you know, you're definitely on the bottom tier of the list right now.
What do you mean?
I'm saying you're doing a great job.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
You're
that's
welcome.
exactly what he was saying. That's what I interpreted as well.
So you guys talked about it. EG, they normally don't have the best early tournaments. Why, or like the early part of the tournaments? Why is that? Is it a mindset thing, or you just like what happened? Because
I-
it does feel like you see certain teams like that.
I feel like Bulba has his biggest like strength as a player and a coach is he can diagnose the meta faster than most people.
Yeah.
So he can read after a couple of days of matches and find out like in
What
tweet-
is
yeah
that
what
good shit?
what are
Oh.
people what's that
the good stuff.
yeah
I think Bulba's specialty is seeing something happen and be like, "That was good. I'm gonna take that," and then use it himself.
Yeah.
It's not even like a flame. That's like a
No, that's what you
That's
should
like-
do as
yeah.
a
in Dota,
coach, right?
being able to be like, "Wow, somebody else did it. I guess I'll do it too."
That's way
Like-
better than what I've been doing. I'm gonna take it, improvise, make it better. The $1 million idea.
I'm actually pretty sure that's why EG always gets like third, because they just steal strats and then
Yeah.
they execute them better than almost everyone, but not better than everyone. If you
Yep.
know what I mean.
Just almost better than
Yeah,
everyone.
almost better than everyone. Because they're obviously like some of the most skilled players in the entire world. And it's like, I may say, just watch what other people do and do it. It's like not that
Mhm.
easy, right? It does take understanding of the game, like you said, to like diagnose the meta, be like, this is what's going wrong, this is what we gotta fix.
Yep.
And I think that also was why they have like that weak point usually
Yep.
at the very start.
But you know what, EG, enough about them. They're losers. We got
Yep.
Fnatic 1-0. I mean, doesn't look like you need to change
No.
anything, right? You just draft the team fight, the tower push, this DK, right? I mean, it's not flashy, but it was the perfect hero, and he played it like a god.
And do our own damn thing. Pick a mag first round. I like
Yeah.
it.
I
It
think
was
CM mag
Much different, yeah,
specifically.
CM Mag, so just buffing. This
I-
DK felt so good middle. I bet he's just sitting there like, empower me, I'll farm the jungle. I have this sweet, sweet aura. I'll just spam
He took
breathe
the breathe
fire.
fire. Yeah, he took
Yeah.
the breathe fire
The
talent by the
30
way, level
yes,
10.
I
yeah.
love that one.
It's really powerful, but usually you need the mana.
What did PHLG do in their second game? They went ET first into
Yes.
Sanking, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
ET
into-
Sand
into
King.
Mirana.
To me, like that's what I love to see from like Fnatic's doing the same thing here. First two, CM mag. It doesn't need explanation. All these boxes, BKB disable. You've got global support for your team. You've got
Yep.
wave clear. You've got decent lanes. You've got lane and role versatility. All in the opener.
Yeah.
Same with PHLG. ET Sanking, self-explanatory. The Jakiro Naga second phase in the first game.
Yeah.
It's just they're combos that 2K morons would be able to play effectively at a very high level.
Sorry, BSJ.
Um,
And myself. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
1K, so
That-
never mind.
That's what I want to see when you're on day one TI.
Yeah.
You know, just pick
Get
stuff
the
that's
W's.
good.
Get the W's early. Figure out the meta later, maybe, Play what's comfortable.
Yeah, like there's stuff that's just tried and true. We're gonna see
Yeah.
Void Phoenix at this event.
Yeah, eventually.
We're gonna see Darkseer Spirit Breaker at this event.
We're
This
gonna
is
see
how
our-
it goes.
We're going to see Earth, right? It's TI, as you said. Certain things just,
Yeah.
every time you come back TI, LAN M playing Earthshaker, it's just going to happen. Like, that's what TI is.
There's unreplicable mechanics. Same with Bat Rider.
Yep.
I can take your hero from here to here, over trees, over cliffs. Nobody else can do that. It's a good hero.
Well, I would say Magnus can, but yeah.
Well,
Pudge. Svenge.
But by the way, have you guys been enjoying Shanghai? I have been enjoying. It's hot. It's hot as
It's
hell.
real
But
hot.
I have been enjoying it, dude. The view from
you
the
ever
top
been
of our
here
hotel.
before?
This is my very first time in China ever.
Really?
Me
Yes.
too. There's
Really?
yeah.
Dude, this is my 9th time.
Wow.
Is it? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool flex, bro. Or
Yeah.
Weird flex, bro. Whatever. Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
No, it's because when we were playing Complexity, we lost like all the qualifiers.
To the
we
big
always
tournaments.
we always made it to
To
the
the
China
Chinese
events.
tournaments?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We got a lot of frequent flyer miles, let me tell you.
Wow.
It's always good.
I did
I
put my
still
frequent
got
flyer number.
status.
Do you?
Yeah.
Damn.
I get a free bag check on domestic flights.
Wow.
Bet
So
you wish you had that.
That's the real perk of being a caster.
Oh yeah.
A
Yeah.
free bag. Yeah.
Or-
I bring
player, I
extra
guess.
stuff just because I know that it's free.
That, everyone needs their like self-validation.
Mhm.
And I'm
How do
glad
you self-validate, BSJ? Other than looking in the mirror and the
and just knowing, seeing
rec-
greatness.
No,
Just
you were
basking
telling me
in it.
earlier.
Yeah.
No, he recites words of affirmation. Like he looks in
Yeah.
the mirror and he stares at himself in the eyes and
Yes.
goes, "You are Brian Slamma-Jamma.
Can't
You can accomplish anything." And he just repeats that like 100 times.
I like that.
And as long as I believe, I can achieve.
It's true. Also, unrelated, but do you guys pee in the shower?
Yeah.
I'm not a. I'm,
I love you, Grant. I
I'm
love
not
you.
gonna lie. Yeah. It's my chat. Well,
do you agree?
well-
The drain if you're at your friend's house, but if you're doing enemies, pee in the back of the tub.
why are you at your enemy's house in the bathroom? First off, I hate this guy.
An enemy is just a friend.
remind me to never have you over for like a house party or like a kickback. You're
What-
not, you're
where-
not, you can use the downstairs bathroom or something because you're not using
You
my
can go
bathroom.
back. Yeah.
What about brushing your teeth in the shower?
No.
I've just never.
It's-
I don't think that's like weird. I just don't do it myself.
Dude, I actually think that it's worthy of experimentation. If I ever like a month free, I'm just gonna go back and just think about what can I do in the shower, and just try to add new activities. Like drinking a beer in the shower, that's fun.
Okay.
Brushing teeth, efficient. Why are you smiling?
I just
There's
you
a
like
lot-
why? I just don't even know why. Like me, I just shower. I want to shower. I'll turn on some music and I'll just like do my dance in the shower and I'll just shower up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just
shower
chilling.
is the peaceful time. You know
I'm
what
chilling.
I mean?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gu- are you guys bath people or no? Just showers.
Mostly showers.
Depends. I think jacuzzis are awesome.
True. Those are always great.
Baths are alright, but the problem is, no bathtubs. Like, first of all, I don't have money like that. You need one of those huge bathtubs.
Yeah.
Most standard-sized ones, you can't lie down comfortably in,
Okay.
and they're
This
pretty
is true.
uncomfortable in general. Like they're made of
Yeah.
ceramic.
Yeah.
It's like lying on a stone tablet.
I've got a Dota question actually right now.
Oh.
So last game we saw EG won the coin flip and they
Mhm.
chose Dire,
Mm.
but in the last series both teams that won the coin flip chose their pick. Do you think that could change here, or what? Why'd they take Dire? Like,
I have no idea. I could like make
honestly-
up reasons
but
and
you
just
just-
like bullshit,
'cause
but
it
I have
feels-
no idea.
It feels weird, right? I mean, BSJ talked about it a little. Like Dire, the Radiant,
They nerfed
Safe
the safe
lane
lane.
got
the
nerfed a
pole
lot.
camps, Yeah.
and you were talking about that is big enough to just want to go Dire. It
I'm
still
saying
feels weird.
I'm saying it's
Or-
big enough to matter.
Okay.
I'm not agreeing necessarily that you
That-
should pick Dire.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did go with second pick, by the way, for
Fnatic. They just, as we said, so EG's the only person. Well, guess what?
And I have to imagine they're going to take Dire again. Why would you not take Dire if you took it the first game?
If they were
As
to take
your first
Radiant, I
thing.
would be very concerned.
They just switch it up
like
like,
month-long
immediately?
boot camp, guys. We're gonna take Dire. That's the side. It's OP. Actually, no, we lost. Let's go Radiant.
Let's do it. Bring it back to Radiant. Is it,
Actually lost.
when you're doing a Roshan, you still would rather be Radiant than Dire, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
Radiant's
still
way
the
better.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Radiant's better for Roche.
Okay.
It's just easier to get around. The shrine is in a much better position, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, it feels like it.
It's like almost impossible to invade Radiant's high ground
Mm.
around the Roche pit. So like
I mean, we saw EG try to do it last game. They
Yeah.
just ran uphill and
there's only
lost
like
team
one
fight.
ward spot, and it's like always dewarded. If you're Radiant and you're against Dire, like Dire has to ward on top of that little
Well,
entrance.
it's also because if you're Radiant, when you camp that hill, Dire can't get into Roche unless they do like a super
Yeah.
long loop around, and even then your smoke might break.
Yeah.
Whereas Radiant, even if you camp like the top triple shrine area, like Radiant still gets to the pit as long as they don't go up that hill.
yeah, absolutely.
It's just much easier for them to approach. We're waiting also for still in lobby EG's considering side.
They picked
The-
Dire
They
again.
Dire. So
a
you're a
long
little
pause
happy about
though
that. Yeah.
about it. Maybe just still watching
Maybe there
replays,
was some
buying
serious
time, getting some
deliberation, yeah.
I
Or
mean,
maybe yeah, you're like
Dude,
you
you
said.
definitely don't want to go down 0 tier, right? If you're EG, you know you're like everyone in NA is just rooting for you. You know, you go down 0-2 here, you're feeling pretty bad, especially going into this game because I'm sure they thought they were going to win, right? EG thinks they're going to win
Gotta
every
agree.
game, but
Great point, Grant. Teams at TI, they're coming here to try to win.
yes,
Losing
not cool.
twice,
Losing
that'd be bad.
losing twice is twice as bad as losing once. It's just math, Kyle. That's why they bring me on the show.
Nice. Brian, your turn.
It is my turn. I mean, you guys have just made such great points about showers and what to do in them, and then now we're talking about Dota. I feel like we kind of lost track now that we're on Dota. I feel like the shower discussion was probably more important.
I think so.
Yeah, but personally, you know, coming into this game too, I feel like EG, like, I hope to see just the confidence that we expect from EG. I hope they don't get too crazy about it, because I feel like if they, this is a slippery slope where I feel like Fnatic was supposed to be one of their easier opponents, and suddenly not only is it that you're going down 2 losses, but if you lose to Fnatic, I'm not trying to insult Fnatic, but like if you lose to Fnatic, you're not feeling too great about the rest of the
We
tournament.
don't know how good anybody is, though.
That's the
you
thing.
say
though.
that, but realistically,
But it's a mental thing. Is what I'm saying.
all these power rankings. Look,
OG was ranked
Liquid,
last.
shout out Liquid Dota. Their
Okay.
power rankings last year. Do you know who they had at his 18th? Dead
OG,
last.
Yeah,
I
OG,
believe.
Yeah.
OG,
I don't give a damn about power rankings. I don't care about Reddits. I don't care about casters.
He didn't
that
mean
do it.
that, guys. He
Nobody
didn't mean
knows
that.
anything. Nobody's watched these teams play Dota for a month. We have no idea who's good. EG could be the second best team in the tournament, but Fnatic's just on fire,
The first
and they
best.
end up winning it. You
This
never
is
know.
true. They could just be the second place losing the first place. That makes sense. Okay.
Could be. Could be. You never know. Could be 17 losing to 18, or 18 losing to 17.
I know what you mean.
You never know. That's what makes Dota so great, right? There's
Yeah.
the draft, there's the play, there's the mental
Dude.
fortitude that it takes.
Would you agree though? This is the first year I feel like you've got like way more legitimate contenders
Oh,
than before.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Like few going back to like TI7 and before, it always felt like there were like 3 or 4 teams
You
that,
know.
that had
yeah.
that actually had a chance to win.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it really feels like almost everybody's a contender.
Yeah, it does. And
I can't agree more.
so,
Speaking of contenders,
what's that?
I was trying to segue,
You segue into the
starting.
draft. Right now.
Speaking of contenders, we have 2 of them ready to duel it out in game number 2. It's Evil Geniuses and it's Fnatic. Fnatic up 1-0. So let's see what craziness will happen. And there's the first ban, Marana.
Just like we drew it up.
Yep. There's the bat, so exactly the same so far. Nyx Assassin, I don't believe that was banned last game, right?
Wasn't
No.
touched at all.
That was a Fnatic classic in the early Fnatic, like at the beginning of
That-
the season.
to
They love
me-
that hero.
EG first toots Ember in the first game. Nyx ban, perhaps
Again?
a Storm.
Ooh.
Try one Spirit, doesn't work. Try the second.
Definitely want to ban Dark Will if you do that too, right?
Or
how
I
does-
would say
like, you
I'd say
can't-
he storms a little bit better because
Why is that?
you can actually kill the Willow if you catch her.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like with Ember, you can't like Sleight of Fish Chains doesn't actually do anything really to
Yeah.
Willow as long as she has like a Yules or even just like somebody behind her. But with Storm, you can definitely burst her down.
And, well, there's an OD first ban.
Maybe that's why you guys said Storm with the Knicks. Maybe OD was the idea.
10 seconds
And now it's
remaining.
gone.
That is exactly what happened, Grant.
5 seconds remaining.
We're already seeing a lot of different bans and picks. It has. That's the great thing about TI. What do you guys put in your compendiums for the like how many heroes are getting picked? Is it going to be like last year? Are
I
we
didn't
seeing
even fill
everything
mine
but
out.
some?
But I would argue, I'd say all but like 3 will be picked.
Give me one of them that won't get picked.
Honestly, don't know.
Okay.
Riki. Not Riki's gonna get picked.
Ricky's going to get picked. Heki's going to get picked. I think it already has, actually.
Has it already been picked?
I believe it did on another stream. If you didn't know, there's a lot of streams of Dota right now. You should stay here because,
We're the best.
we're the best. EG and Fnatic are the best. But there's other great casters and teams playing elsewhere.
Like who?
10 seconds remaining.
You can name them.
Yeah, you can just Google it. I
You
guess.
you can name them. I mean, you can go, if you're a South American fan, go watch some Infamous. You're a China fan, go watch some RNG. There is every single team you can imagine. And this hero's been banned all 3 games we've watched, and now it's first picked.
This is from what I heard, finding and talking to people yesterday. This is the most annoying hero at the moment in Dota.
Yeah.
Like people, they don't really like picking it and playing it, They hate playing against it. It's almost always an offlaner, and you just hit the carry. And then you hit level 6, and you hit the carry.
You own the carry.
And that's that.
Yeah. I mean, we saw, who was it? I think it was Whisper on Infamous was the one who was really doing during qualifiers. You just,
Yeah.
what do? You win a lane, you kill people late game, you have an insane amount of damage, and
Hey, AAMR is a pretty decent method of dealing with them.
Oh.
And just some of the lowest HP pool in Dota.
one
Staff's
bola,
really
one
powerful
ulti.
already, though. Like, she obviously likes to build Hurricane Pike. I watched S4 play Enchantress on stream. This was like 2 weeks ago when he streamed once, and it was like, he's pretty incredibly good at this hero. He just knows what to do and itemize. Like, this hero is pretty much itemization. Your job in the game is to hit people with impetus. Like, if you're hitting people with impetus and you're living, that's the hero's job. So pretty much positioning and survival is all Enchantress has to worry about. And in this game, I feel like Force Staff's already a must if they leave it as a core.
Oh, for sure.
Not only because it's just an item that's needed against AA. There's no other way to deal with a blast than if you're getting locked in place because you have to dodge the combo. And now they have a combo breaker. I actually like that a lot. Earthshaker is, I would say, one of the most signature combo breaker heroes in the entirety of Dota.
This is a throwback to TI7. This was a liquid opener.
you know,
Love Shaker Ench, too, just because you block and just keep hitting.
Straight
Like,
click.
it's pretty
A
simple.
lot of the heroes that Enchantress struggles to deal with, she's only single target, so she struggles to deal with like these illusion heroes. And there you go.
guess what? You have the best one against
Yep.
them now. And you also have more team fight than you had all of last game already. With one hero, it feels like, this
Yep.
Earthshaker.
And I like that, there's no way Crit's buying a mech on this guy before Blink.
Hopefully
Don't
not buying a
rule it
mech
out.
at all, yeah.
Don't
Just
rule it
Brown
out.
Boots, Soul Ring, mech. Well, the future's here, my friends. Welcome. Magnus Band this time. Not letting him get that easy and power off. Man, I say they just all played good last game. I'm like Ice played good. I'm like, wait, so did Jet. They all just,
Yeah.
no one played bad at all on the side of Fnatic.
I just point to the draft being easy to play and execute.
Yeah.
It's their heroes and concepts, the way they all mesh together. It's just been understood. It's become kind of instinctual, like what your role is as a jug when you have a mag and a DK. And same goes for all of those heroes. Like, you just know what you're supposed to do. You don't got to think anymore.
Yep. Hit creeps, sit behind someone,
Yeah.
play your game.
It's more about like playing within the fights, Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm this strong. I can be this far in front of my team and still feel safe and apply pressure.
So, almost always when you pick AA, you get like a stunning carry. You get like a Wraith King, a Sven, CK, something like that. What are we thinking for Fnatic to go with this? Because you pick this kill combo with Ember, but I don't think it's, unless you're leaving it a safe lane Ember, which is possible, I guess. You need a way to like 3-man gank this Enchantress, right? Like, you just have to. Otherwise, Enchantress takes your tower at 5 minutes with the catapult. She can't enchant it anymore, which is at least nice that you don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah.
But I just feel like with Enchantress, you specifically have to have a very clear-cut way of killing her. And usually with AA, you always pick a stun to set up all of his cold feet ult and stuff.
Wait, how good is Earthshaker versus Middle Ember? Didn't Sumail
I
used to
was thinking
love playing
about
that matchup like every single game?
I was thinking this might be a
I
core
thought he
shaker.
really liked Earthshaker versus Ember. I could be wrong. Obviously, I still think it's crit, but there's a chance if you pick it right after that Ember.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's up in the air, depending on like how good of an Earthshaker core game it is.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 3 picks. Obviously, they can decide before then. And there's Sand King banned out. We saw that Arc Warden get banned in the exact same phase last time by Fnatic.
5 seconds.
No one wants to get Arc Wardened. What's your least favorite hero to play against? You attack is just techies.
Techies.
Okay. BSJ, feeling the same.
Probably Enchantress.
Enchantress, okay.
Yeah. From a carry player's perspective, it's actually just so annoying.
Or what carries are good versus Enchantress? Like,
I mean,
are there any just
all she
straight up
does-
good or no?
All she does is just hit you, so you just want to pick heroes that have high base damage and then jungle.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you want to do. Like, you want to be able to jungle by the time she's 6, and you want to be able to just hit creeps while she's hitting you, because you can't really kill her. So, as long as she only has like what 50-something damage, so you have like a Sven type hero,
10
Wraith King with
seconds
65 damage, and you just say, oh, I'm gonna hit these creeps.
And well, there's the Shadow Sean pickup. Fanatics, this is one of those heroes they've been picking the entire year. Nerf, not nerf, doesn't matter. You get tower pressure, you get 2 forms of lockdown. Ether Shock's an amazing nuke. Pretty good hero. Insanely high base damage.
You do have the shackle cancel already with
Yep.
the shaker from long range, but I've seen some shamans where they just go like 4 points hex. Like I've seen it kind of recently. So curious to see if he just chooses to go for the max hex or maybe leave Shackle just at one point.
EG taking a lot of their reserve time here.
This is a big pick, though.
What do you think? Is this just, do you pick your fly hero or what are you taking? Well, you don't have to answer that. It is the fly hero. It's Crystal Maiden.
I think they're going to take the fly hero here, Grant.
Okay.
Mm.
Good call, BSJ.
Thank you.
Well
thank you.
done.
You're welcome. So Crystal Maiden just kind of, I mean, Earthshaker and Ent, right? Ent actually has a big mana problem, right? Like that hero, you throw some impetus, you get a kill, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I don't really, like you don't feel scared of that hero once all the mana's gone, obviously, but.
Dude, there's just so much damage on Fnatic right now. Their early mid game is crazy.
Scary. You get stunned once, you're probably going to die.
Yeah, the magic damage coming out, so I'm imagining S4's build will probably be like Hood Force Staff or Force Staff Hood, one of the two.
Is there any chance you just put the Ogre against the Ench or try to get that lane? Does
could.
Ogre not, because you get Bloodlust first anyways, you don't,
Yeah.
you're a pretty damn
Yeah,
tanky
60
guy.
base
Yeah,
damage with
high
high
armor.
HP regen, and you're just hitting creeps. Yep. I think that's a perfectly fine option. With A kind of set up tri-lanes, he's not the same tri-laner he used to be.
Yeah, those chili fingers they used to
Yeah.
be a little stronger. And, well, the RTZ Lifestealer coming back.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
actually a bit.
Odd.
It's quite good in this game. Don't get me wrong, but it's deceptively poor against AA
It is.
because you just catch the Ice Blast and
Yeah.
you can't heal. Even if you were to infest out of something, like you're not healing anything, and that's a big part of the kit. Your name is Life Stealer.
If you
Now you
steal
steal
life,
Yes.
what's the point?
You exactly.
Damn.
5 seconds remaining.
That might be the smartest thing I've ever heard Kyle say.
Congrats, Kyle.
It was really smart, so that wasn't an insult, Kyle.
I would thank you, but I'm pretty sure
It
that
was.
he's mocking me.
We'll never know.
I don't know. Lifestealer to me, one of my favorite heroes. Been feeling kind of underwhelming in the recent patches. So a lot of people have been picking him, and he looked really good in that other game when he wasn't the carry. He was the frontliner that built a hard to BKB.
Yeah, BKB hard, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that doesn't. I think Lifestealer does that job just as fine as he used to, but nowadays it doesn't feel like Radiance builds a little too slow. Right-click
10
Lifestealer kind of
seconds
just
remaining.
pales in comparison to these other scaling carries. So
5
unless
seconds
that's my job in
remaining.
the game, like if they pick a mid here that says that's the Lifestealer's job, I would feel good about it. Like they banned the puck from Fnatic. I personally want to see Storm Spirit from EG, something like that. Some hero that
Makes the plays.
the Lifestealer goes in, and then Storm Spirit and Earthshaker can follow up, and he creates chaos that they can capitalize off of. But my inner monologue is over, Kyle. Only about 4
That no, you were talking to us. You were not talking to yourself.
Oh,
BSJ.
okay. Oh, okay.
Just letting you know.
Oh, phew.
Well, they got 30 seconds left for this ban. Obviously, ban into pick here. Kyle, you agree you want to see something like a Storm Spirit or
For EG?
Yeah.
Yes. I
Okay.
actually think that it's the idea. It's not perfect, but you know, it's somewhat counterintuitive. You're like, oh, you're playing against all these disables, but you can jump on top of the roster and just kill them. You can jump on top of the AA, same deal. You've got a CM Shaker, which is arguably like the best two supports to combo with the Storm, and then you have a delivery for the Lifestealer as well.
we'll see.
Fnatic's
Let's
turn
see.
to pick.
It's Conka.
I
Not
it's-
feeling it?
All right, it's good against AA because the rum debuff prevents damage taken during the Ice Blast, and then you're able to survive. In addition, really good against Rasta Ogre, just cheap disable. You find kills, have that extra chasing power. Same with sets up the Ench damage. But
10
Ember is a free lane
seconds
against it.
remaining.
Hear me out. They have no tower push. Why not just go Alkir?
As Fnatic,
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
I feel like
it's
the
not
only
bad. It's a great out game.
I mean, like, I feel like you have 4 heroes that run around, and it would capitalize off of a hero that just goes in. I love Alkir, personally. It's not the best matchup against Lifestealer, but the main thing I fear when I play a hero like Alk is that the opponent just pushes all my buildings.
Yeah.
And I don't have any room to farm while my team's
Where,
feeding.
where do you lane him though? Because
It's just safe lane.
yeah, you
Most
you
people-
put him mid, right? Ember goes safe lane against the Ench.
I think you could do either. I think either's fine.
Really? I didn't know how Alk would lane safe lane against an
Well, I'm
Ench.
saying that you put down the acid spray and just ignore her, and then you leave
True.
at level 4, and then, like, if she pushes the tower, you come back with acid spray and defend the tower.
Good
I
point.
actually think it's a good matchup in the lane. Like, there's no hero in the lane. Like, if I'm picking a carry against enchanters, I'm not asking myself, what wins this lane? I'm asking myself, what survives the lane and is good for the game? That's what
You
I'm
definitely need some hero that plays like in front of these 4
That's
Fnatic
what I-
heroes because you've got EG. They're going to be able to play so confidently. All 3 cores can get aggressive and just kind of use their bodies to make space. No one on Fnatic can do that right now. I mean, Ogre technically, but
Wraith King's okay too. Like you can go like that route too, but
it's,
You just like the Alk.
I would
Yeah,
love
like,
to
you
see
just
Alk
look at it,
here. I think it's the perfect like all-in one hero type of game, and I don't think EG can punish it. But
Medusa.
they go for the all-in-one hero in the form of Medusa.
it's Ogre Dusa, man.
Yeah.
This is
Classic.
this is the Kingwin special. Arguably, what got Nisha noticed. They would first 2 Ogre Dusa. Fnatic get it last 2, and another example of a combo that I love to see opening day TI. Basic, like just
You know how to win this game.
Yeah,
Bloodlust and farm.
I don't care how many games of Dota you've seen, you can understand what Ogre Dusa does and why they complement each other.
Isn't Enchantress on paper like really nice against Medusa?
Why?
Like, cause Medusa capitalizes on like heroes that have to commit on her, and then she pops Stone Gaze, and then
Yeah.
with Enchantress, you're
It
just like,
is nice
"Pew,
with
pew."
I believe with Dragonlance you outrange split shot.
Okay,
You can't outrange the ult, but you can just back away from it for a bit.
yeah.
I do really like the thing you have to worry about as Ench is getting too close to Abed because he can hit other targets. You're getting split shot and you're not applying untouchable, so you take way more damage than you expect.
I
And
feel like
Mystic
Sumail's
Snake
gonna run
Steel
around.
also very annoying. You run out of mana quickly as Ench in this type of game.
I just feel like Sumail's so like the problem I have with the whenever I look at heroes, I think of their weaknesses, and I see Medusa, and her main weakness as a mid laner is she doesn't counter rotate. Like she's not active in the game of Dota. She protects her tower, which is really nice, but she kind of frees up the opponent mid to like walk around and do stuff. And I think Sumail actually really likes to play that way. And I think with a hero like Enchantress, you're going to be able to play that way. And I think Sumail can just like easily take over this game because of this last pick Dusa. And I think that's going to favor EG to have like map control. And then Fnatic's going to be stuck like defending their base with the Dusa. And as of recently, I've watched a lot of Medusas lose. So I'm always willing to be like, I think Medusa still like does her job. But if she's the only farmed hero in the game, she can be kind of underwhelming because the way they like reworked her talent, she just doesn't scale nearly as hard as she used to. So we'll see, but
Really?
I'm favoring a bit of EG's draft here.
The new set seems to have same scales as the old one.
Wow. That's next level even for you, Kyle. That is a lot of games on Sumail there.
That's what do you mean? How many games did he have?
8,500.
No, that's the like lifetime stats.
Yeah,
BSJ.
that's a lot of games, man.
How many of you guys at?
For battle.
Do you know?
I'm at a lot.
I'm actually at more than that, but
I think if you combined, like, I'm pretty sure I have at least like 7,000 games played, not counting like replays,
All that.
games
Yeah, yeah.
casted. I believe I counted up. I think I witnessed and worked over 750 games of Dota this year.
It's quite a few.
that's
That's
a
a
lot
lot.
of games of Dota, man.
Yeah, dude, and you're like, how did that even happen?
Yeah.
And he still manages to predict almost every single one incorrectly.
Well, that really wasn't necessary to add, BSJ, but yes.
My goodness, that was a rude BSJ. Just kidding. Kyle's
Yeah,
a
sorry.
loser. No, I'm just
You're-
kidding. Just kidding.
right.
Stop bullying me.
Kyle's been so nice to me this whole time. I should just step down. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
My bad, my bad.
come on.
Speaking of bullying,
30
this
seconds.
ogre offlane
He even
has
gets a share tango.
proven himself a real biff.
Yeah, this dude is a.
When you say Biff, you mean
I was gonna say beast, but
that he's like not winning, or what do you mean by Biff?
Are you kidding?
Are you talking about like Back to the Future? Reference?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Hey man, at least I knew. I just didn't know like.
because
what-
Biff's the bully, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
knew.
thing.
I knew that. It's just like Biff can also be like a swing and a miss type thing.
Isn't that a whiff?
That's a whiff.
No, like
The
you.
battle
Oh,
will be
I thought if you biff it, it's like if you fall on a snowboard or something.
Yeah,
like, I
that's
just
what I mean.
biffed
Like
it.
a
Oh, okay,
wipeout.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's
thought
right.
I thought he meant like a fall on your face, like people have been picking, it doesn't work. So like, I think that was reasonable to question exactly what you're going for with that. I think both made sense though, so it was good either way.
I'm glad we could clarify that for all
Yeah.
the viewers at home that we're hoping we would be analyzing this match, but
Well, let's analyze. It seems
They've
there's a
stopped
tri
helping
lane.
for that,
Yeah, they're just like whatever.
they, thank God there's other streams. We're leaving.
So, do you actually just tri lane down here if you're EG, or do you just look for a first blood, TP someone top, or I mean, it feels like S4 doesn't need. Feels like you might need a little bit of help in this lane.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna need a lot of help in this lane. Dude, a
I- isn't-
bloodlusted shadow.
Isn't Ogre Rasta like one of the dream lanes to kill an Ench as well?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Also, what is the build from S4? Only the 3 tangos and the Bassi Rush. That could get punished here. He will go for the heal first, though. I like that decision.
Will harass DJ out a little. DJ with 4 tangos. Same with the Ogre, 3 plus 1 shared.
Look at the mid lane. 1-0 for Kunkka.
Wow.
Abed.
Yo, what?
He is feeling himself right now. Let's get the range creep there. Doing a lot of damage. Looks like he's focused a little on harassing. And we will see a rotation out, possibly by Crit, maybe going middle with those boots first. Definitely killable.
Hey, like, win or lose, like, Fnatic, I'm just happy that they have come to TI as a
figured it
team.
out.
As a team. They were broken during that Epicenter qualifier.
Yeah.
They bring in Dubu, they move Japs to carry. Everyone in Dota's like, oh, that's this
They're
isn't gonna
done.
work. They're
Yeah,
done.
they're done.
And it's like, everyone's got such a short memory. Because
Yeah.
you know what they were saying last year? You know what team was done? What team had no hope?
What team's that?
Team was washed up. It was OG.
And were they? I believe they won TI, so probably not.
So when people call me washed up, Kyle, it's just.
Oh no, they're right about you.
Oh, okay.
Nah, it's a term of endearment.
Oh, okay, that's what I was. Thank you, Grant.
You're welcome. Double damage top. Looks like Sumail, he knows it's up there. He'll go and pick it up.
The classic 2-minute DD rune for the mid lane. All the mid laners love this.
Will how much will this actually change this lane? Does it just destroy Abed right now?
Pretty
Or?
sure he can't CS.
He's
for-
dead if he catches a cleave.
Yeah, but you see Sumail, he's just chilling here, and Abed, he's like, man, I was owning this lane. All of a sudden, what happened? Well, first blood happened at the bottom.
Yep. The classic, hey, I'm going to pull. Don't die. Okay.
Dies.
Uh-oh, there's going to be a hold on Crit. Crit does get a nice double stun off. S4 throwing out some right clicks, as we said. Not the highest base damage on an Ench, but level 2 untouchable now.
We'll say, though, I like the EG draft so much more. You compare it to the previous game, it's just, it seems way more natural for them to take specifically team engagements. They actually have team fight. They've got some...
They're still missing some building hitting, though, right?
Yeah, but... Hey, it's a good point. But
I guess with the Deso life story we've been seeing more, you have a little, not the best siege, but...
You can apply pressure easier, though, and you have specifically supports that can influence the lanes, not just the one that they're in. You know, they have the ability to rotate to find kills,
Yeah.
specifically crit on the Shaker.
Crit, he's just chilling top for that. Nope, I lied. He TP's back home, actually. See, is he picking up some items for someone? Looks like just himself. And now middle lane, it is... Well, I don't know. It just went one side to the other super quick. 13th, they're in the Medusa to a 19-6 on the Kunkka now. That double damage, putting in some work.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, well, that snake doesn't even hit Sumail, though.
It's unfortunate.
How mad do you think mid players were when they took the Torrent Deny away? Do you think they were, like, furious?
It was necessary.
I mean, it was.
No one... the thing about Dota players that I respect is, like, everybody... As BSJ was saying, like, people stealing strats and heroes and builds from everyone. So after a couple of weeks, people know what's good. And guys were sick of just laning against TAs, of laning against
Uh-oh.
Kunkkas.
And middle lane, oh, but guess what? Crit, he knew that rune was there, the haste rune. He will actually save his teammate, and that was a TP from Dubu.
That's why I wasn't a fan of the Shaman pick into the Earthshaker.
And look at this. They know. Dubu, once again, yo, I'm TPing mid. Don't do anything crazy and jabs. He will just right-click, but look at this. Arteezy, he had a full stick. He does not care. And he'll just have to pop a healing salve. So currently bottom 17-1 against the 19-5. Still reasonably even. 1 kill as well, though.
Yeah, Jabs is out leveling him.
Block, of course.
Ooh, it's going to be a kill. They will stack open wounds as well as frostbite, but it won't matter. Arteezy just scoops up that kill.
Another rotate from Crit. That's the 3rd kill I'm going to give him credit for, because he saved his ally middle. A save is as good as a kill in my book.
Is it? What if you're only saving your 5 position, but you're killing a 1? Wouldn't that be a little different
Sure, but you
numerically?
didn't kill anybody.
That's true.
And
But
yes,
if.
in that case, you get credit for 2 kills in my book.
But shouldn't 1 kill be considered better than the other?
Depends. If you kill a 1 and your 5 dies, then sure.
Okay.
That's better.
You know, I'm just trying to help everyone, you know, see every side of things.
Always willing to be the advocate.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
Cleaves him.
That cleaves even when it takes no damage?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it just splashes the physical. It's not based on the actual damage.
Whoa, here comes the boat. We got a torrent. The X actually gets brought back. We don't have the torrent yet. Now we will. Is he going to run into it? No, very close. Sumail, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, that's the boat buff. You're indestructible throughout the duration. He will tick down as it fades, but doesn't mind. He's alive.
Yep. 6-minute rune's going to be coming up, and look at this. Dyer's like, yo, Sumail, if it's bottom, it's yours. We'll see. It will be top, so DJ scoops up another pretty decent rune. Haste and then an invis. We'll see. Doesn't actually have a shackles yet. Needs 5 mana. Sumail will go see that it's already taken. DJ, he does have the hold now. It is still only level 1, though. Knows there's no boat. Crit gets a kill on Dubu.
Oh, no,
me.
Sumail.
Oh, and he tries to, he X's, TPs, the snake comes back, hits. Is he even dead? Yes.
He
Because
X'd
I say
himself,
sight.
Yeah,
seriously?
it's really dead.
Yeah. And now there will be a block. Oh, they're coming on over. Will they even do enough damage? They do. Ogre goes down. Abed, though, look at this. Split shot just owning. Fly might just die. 2 more right clicks. 1, 2, and a kill.
Did Fly have to run? Yeah, he's just
Hello.
running through the mid lane.
He's like, guys, I was on your side of the map. Excuse me.
I'm coming through.
They're coming through, boys.
They get ice, ice, ice. So some rotations. It is a 2K lead right now for EG.
Yeah, it's the laning phase, just too strong. They have an inch and a life
Is it
steal
this
in the
hero?
side lanes.
It feels like this hero is. We saw it ban the first 3 games right, and this game is. We're seeing a little bit wide.
Oh, yeah.
The highest CS in the game, and
We've been watching mid a lot because there's tons of chaos, but
Yeah.
the benefit for EG this game is that their supports have that freedom to get active mid because they don't need to give any crap about their side lanes. They do not die.
and
So
look at
what you're
this.
saying about Enchantresses, there's no chaos there because you just can't kill her.
Yeah.
You can't watch your lane because this is what's happening every single time an Enchantress lane happens.
Yeah.
It's literally just Enchantress hitting
Yep.
the
Hitting
opponent.
things.
As a carry player, it sounds like you are a little upset, BSJ.
Little salty,
just
you know,
a little bit.
just a tad.
Dude,
You know,
I'm with
I've
you.
only had to deal with this like 100 times.
Hello. The Bassi, you actually have armor, even some mana regen, right? You got the Crystal Maiden Aura plus that Bassi, you actually have a decent amount of mana regen.
In the past, they've given her armor too and buffs. Like
Yeah.
she used to have like 0 or 1, and she has 3 base armor.
And this is definitely more the way EG was hoping this game would go for sure.
Arteezy here. Not even going to pop it. He's just going to hop into a creep. Doesn't want to use his rage. We'll just hop out now. Jabs. Getting right click. Tower is hitting Arteezy. They're just right clicking each other. And that'll be that. Rune will be top again. As every single... No, 1 rune was bottom.
Do you think, I always felt like we should, and I'm sure it'll probably get changed eventually, but I hope at some point you have like a rune spawn on one end and something else spawn on the other.
At one point, we had the bounties plus.
Yeah,
like, the
I
bounties all
really
had
liked that, to be honest. That was how it was in Han.
Yeah.
I think maybe spawning like either a different, not a different rune, but maybe like a minor rune on
What about like a shared tango or something?
I just want
a
something that gives a
No.
couple bottle charges.
Okay.
Just so that
What
it's
if it's just a bottle charge that it refills?
Just 1.
Or like it gives you 2. I mean, I'm saying like it fills your bottle, but that's all it does.
I like.
Like,
You know,
what if
I'm,
it's called like a bottle rune?
I'm
or
an
something
aspect.
like that?
yeah.
I'm an aspect of the 50-50. I like the, defending runes because they matter. If you do that, it feels like it's not as big.
Well,
I don't know.
they still matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do, but
But then you've got like there are a lot of changes that Ice Frog's made that have
Yeah.
removed elements of RNG from the game.
yeah.
But there's still this massive one where, hey, I'm going bottom rune every time. You're
Yeah.
going top, but you got all 3. Like,
Yeah.
there's no skill involved in that, right?
And there's still RNG involved here, but it's like less impactful. Like both heroes will get a filled bottle, but one of them gets a DD rune.
So your jabs, what do you do? Do you just farm the jungle now? Because it feels like every time he goes to lane, he's just right-clicked out by Arteezy.
I mean, that's pretty much what you have to do. You're pretty much on tower defense duty for the most part. Like you only go back to your lane in order to defend your tower. Otherwise, you're just kind of doing whatever you can. Scrap for farm. Maybe look to be a little more active. He's looking to pick up the opponent bounty rune.
Yep.
It has a Blightstone queuing up like drums on the Ember.
Yeah, he started Blightstone. I was a little curious
That's a
about that
little
too.
confusing too. Yeah.
Well, look at that. They want to take this. Obviously, Sumail has an Arcane Rune as well. There's going to be an X thrown out. He's going to throw the bow and then pop the Arcane Rune, actually. It will go in. It hits Ice, Ice, Ice. S4 is actually healing up. He doesn't have his heal, though. He just had the bow rumming. Wow, that's just going to be an easy one on S4. Ice, Ice, Ice will get brought down. Maybe not. Fly's not going to be able to kill him. You don't do enough right-click damage. Well, guess you do now. Sumail will just run out of there. Little misuse of the Arcane Rune. Crit gets out as well. So 2 for 1 trade, pardon me.
Meanwhile, bottom, Arteezy's just farming up a Storm, almost has his Midas. This is when you like to play Lifestealer, when nothing is being
Nice and
forced out of you.
cozy.
You're just chilling, you know?
It's like you're by a fireplace down here, warming up your hands, drink some hot cocoa.
It's the most amazing feeling when you're a carry and you're like, oh man, we're winning. I set the farm.
Anyone comes to
They can't
lane, you
kill
just
me?
right-click them.
Yeah.
You're just leading the charge down here. There's an ogre down here now. Not sure how much that'll do. Midas is going to be on the courier shortly there for Arteezy. Jabs. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Needs one more. Won't make it out. Bop. Almost kills him.
I like this move by AG. They forced the ogre bottom, and Arteezy's like, I'll just walk mid, I guess.
Yeah.
He pulled the creeps for a while, so they're not going to like do any tower damage bottom. And now you just have this catapult. I think Kyle's mentioned those once or twice in this
Couple
broadcast.
times, I forget though.
Yeah, and then they just get a free tower because they forced the ogre bottom. There you go. What do you do about an ogre? You just avoid him, right? Makes sense.
They're feeling clean right now. It feels like we haven't seen too many. Like last game was pretty even, right? But it feels like, you know, a team jumps ahead and they know how to close games, and that's TI, right? You have the 18 best teams here. They should know how to close out and play these games with the lead. And now he's back bottom. Hello.
This is his home. He is unkillable on Lifestealer, and since Ogre came, he went quickly rotated mid, but back to home we go.
And we do have the Aether Lens now on Shadow Shaman. It looks like he is going to max Hex before the Shackles. 2 points in it. Has Mana Boots now. Oh, okay. There we go.
Aether Lens is a big pickup. You need to be able to get that Hex off fast against heroes like Lifestealer.
Doesn't look like too much crazy stuff's going to happen. They definitely want to push that top tower. They're going to smoke up. Crit will just get the double stun, though. And now Sumail, he's here. There's going to be an X boat. He's going to try to pull him back. It's a multicast. Will he get him in time? He sure will. There's going to be another stun. There's going to be a torn in there. This is a tanky boy, even without that many items, but will finally get brought down. Top lane, though. Didn't even have to use his wards. Will he be able to get the tower? Not quite yet, as it will get glyphed up, and he knows there's a lot of heroes around. Soul Ring, Phase Boots on Earthshaker, and we still see, that's one of the few you always see, right? It's either that or Mana Boots. It still seems pretty contested on which one you like.
Yeah, definitely player preference.
And they know he's up here. They scanned him. Like, he stayed here. He did not TP out. And guess what? They find him. There's going to be snakes, though. Uh-oh. He is going to have to save the Frostbite. Is Crit just going to die here?
Wow.
Holds the other one. And, oh, the A-Blast
What
won't
a
hit
boss.
Fly, but DJ just styling on him right now. Level 9 as well. Dude, they can't even go in on him. They're like, if you get vision, those wards will eat you alive.
Sick play for DJ.
And now, uh-oh, DJ once again, he's trying. But guess what? Sumail's here now. Ooh, the X is going to be there. He doesn't get the Torrent off. But now just going to get right-click down. Frozen. Sumail gets the kill.
I like this. He only went for the 1-point shackles. He went for the max hex and
Yeah.
ether shock. I think that's really good. Against there's just so many ways to cancel his shackle. The torrent, the Earthshaker fissure.
But this is the big hero for Fnatic, right? Like, when is this Medusa, quote-unquote, online? Is there ever, like, just a certain time it's like, I am Medusa, I am the best hero, or...
I think it's the third item most of the time. You get, like, Manta, Butterfly, something else.
Oh, Crit. Looks like he should go... Well, they need to get at least one more hit on him. There it is. There's going to be an X. Oh, no. Oh, pulls him back. Whoa, whoa. I have no clue where that impetus is traveling to, but Jabs gets brought down, and Crit, he baits him in. Dude, you saw Jabs was like, I got to get this kill now, and then that extra sleight of fist cost him his life.
Yeah, Sumail's queuing up the Radiance on Kunkka, something we've seen pretty commonly, I'd say, throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
Kind of just another hero where the idea behind Radiance is it just doesn't give you anything other than damage, so you need a hero that has like a toolkit that's effective if he's just walking around dealing damage.
Whoa.
And Kunkka kind of fits that, you know, you're just throwing out some X's, torrents, boats, and fights, and you're super tanky because of the boat buff, and then you burn people while you're doing it. Also, it's not bad to give yourself 65 damage on your Tidebringer.
Now Ogre, guess what? We'll finally get that tower. Abed going for that Manta, getting close. Something's happening. Nobody knows what's going on, but there will be DJ. They're going to try to throw. DJ will go down. The A-Blast is flying, but Fly, guess what? Sending down Rains of Ice, and S4 just trying to get out. Will be able to heal in about 1 second there.
First item, Atos on Enchantress.
That's fine. Pretty good versus the Ember. It's still a little bit different. There will be a kill on Dubu. Fly goes down as well. S4, no heal for 15. This should be a kill.
Yeah, the bow buff wearing off, so he had a lot of health, and then he didn't, because he lost it all after the duration ended.
We did see AA. Both supports dying up top.
That Atos is a little strange. Like, I guess they kind of lack catch in the early game, but not really, like, as the game goes on, so.
Feels like 4 steps is good, right? Always good for your team, good for you.
It just breaks the entire combo. Somebody who's shackled, somebody who's getting A blasted, you just save him. You save yourself.
Well, versus watching, we haven't watched him in a while. I guess we can watch him hit some creeps, and that's a little different, right? I guess we haven't seen the Radiance on Lifestealer, and that's why Kunkka's going it. Is it just going to be the same? You're just going, like, armlet into Deso, or?
Probably. That's most likely his build. Physical damage, armlet, Deso, OAC. It feels a lot better this game. The difference between a hero like Medusa and a hero like Jug is if you're against Medusa, you can actually just siege buildings with Lifestealer. You can, like, you don't really kill the Medusa that well, but you just hit buildings, and you don't really care about her all that much. A hero like Jug, on the other hand, kind of just kills you. So, in this case, it feels, that's why, in my opinion, it feels a lot better to play Lifestealer in this specific game.
Thanks, Beaster.
Region
You're welcome.
scooped up here. Drums into BKB.
Yeah, I think Fnatic's gonna have some major damage issues as this game continues.
Oh, the AA blast. It doesn't hit these two, but it goes over them, so they won't be able to heal up too much. Dubu, might be a little bit of trouble. Stun goes out, though. Abed still has the ulti as well if they want to commit. And look at that. There's going to be a freeze onto Sumail. Will get the ulti off. He's going to get frozen again. He's just double frozen. Stun's going to come out. He's in a lot of trouble. He has this Radiant there, missing a few hits, but it won't matter. They're not going to be able to save him. Or will they? They won't, but they will get jabs as well. And now Ice, he's in a little bit of trouble. S4 is just pumping out damage.
Surprised it took him so long to decide to turn and fight that.
Yeah.
It was so strange. You saw how long Sumail lived?
He was just frozen for so long, and yeah, they didn't want to commit. And unfortunately, maybe they thought Crit had Blink, which he just got. Bottom tower, let's see, will it get denied?
That's the information game, though, right? They didn't see Crit. They don't know where he is, so if they commit and he is there and he has Blink Echo, you're actually just going to feed everybody.
Yep. A blast. Ooh, won't it crit here? Meanwhile, Arteezy, he's over here messing with Abed's the Radiant farm.
I like the decision to go the armlet build. I think he might even go for a halberd next. I'm sure he'll think about it, just because right now, you can't go MKB next item on Abed. So if you get evasion along with the Radiance on the Kunkka, you have this huge window where Abed simply doesn't deal damage to these two cores.
And Medusa already struggles with that, and now you're just denying. She's going to feel pretty useless if that's the case.
Yeah, because I think you need a BKB at some point on the Deuce as well this game. But you're also going to need the MKB. You really need a Butterfly just for both damage amp and just survivability. And he's going to go for the Scotty. This is fine. I like this. You don't have... he actually can't go Butterfly because his HP pool's too low and there's too much magical damage on EQ.
Okay, I didn't have net worth up. What are we at? Okay,
Oh
we're not
my.
too far in. I love
You had
looking
last
at
hits
CS.
until 19 minutes.
Well, it's not 19 minutes. Let's not be rude. It's 18:45, my friend. Those 15 seconds are a big game changer. Smoke through middle.
Oh.
Trying to find anyone they can. Doesn't look like anyone's really out of position. You have all three pretty much just surrounding the Medusa up here. And this is the Dubu I remember. You fall behind, and he never feels good because in a losing game, Dubu he's just buying wards and sentries the entire game. And it feels like, right, the kind of position 6, 7, 8, whatever you want to call it, like, has kind of fallen off the way, right? Like, you need farm on all your heroes, it feels like, nowadays.
It's not the same anymore. It kind of makes sense, though, if you think about it, the way Dota's, like, progressed over the years. Every player's 20% of their team.
Yeah.
And you ever talk to, like, Puppy or Kuro about it, they'll discuss how, the first item on a 5 position is way more valuable than... the first, never face. Items on a 5 mean more than items on other heroes because they simply don't have the gold. But like this medallion, this random Force Staff or Glimmer, like that can change games. And it's not as if a core is ever going to be able to buy it. It's very important to ensure your cores, or rather supports, get into the game. Because right now it feels like, let's say AAL misses, it's a 4-on-5.
It is, and there's going to be the dunk. Will he be able to bring down? Yes. S4 plus crit. That's just way too much damage right now. Any lockdown with this enchant.
And that was all the Atos. And then the Golem, Follow from crit.
I mean, what's that thing? LRC?
LRC. Long range cannons, baby.
What's Atos? Long range.
And
Nice
what's
and easy to-
Enchantress?
She's a cannon
Yeah,
herself.
There you go.
She is the LRC.
I was just finishing off that point, you know.
Oh. Well, there's going to be a sheep. They are going to throw down. This could be a 2-man AA blast. Will it? No, it only hits onto one. It is crit. Crit's already used the ulti. Fly will use his ulti as well. There's going to be a kill on DJ. There's an Atos as well on the Ogre. Abed has that ulti, though. Let's chill. Stone Gaze. There's going to be a buyback from Crit. They actually want to take this fight. It looks like from behind there's going to be a freeze. Medusa will start getting right click. Will just mant out of the open wounds. On the backside, these wards slowly getting brought down by the creeps. Crit will throw out that stun. Arteezy, he needs to hop into somebody, but he can't.
Oh.
Crit doesn't get there now. This could be a dieback for Crit. He wants to get out of here. Will they jump forward? They're going to look for him. He just dies. Sleight of Fist brings him down, and uh-oh. S4 doesn't have his heal. He might die as well. Fly, is this just going to be a team wipe? It looks like it. S4 just baiting him in. Oh my goodness. Almost brings down Jabs, but Fly still trying to run, and will make it.
It's a great fight for Fnatic. There's a buyback on crit there, too. He diebacked, actually.
Dieback, yes.
This is a little over-eager from EG.
It feels like this AA blast. They keep trying to like fight into it, and it doesn't feel good.
You need these 4-steps. You need the ability to combo break. And as of now, if somebody gets hexed and stunned by Ogre, they're gonna die. Like they're just gonna die.
Guess what on the chicken was S4's 4-staff, but you know, a minute too late. Almost a full BKB now on Sumail.
Yep.
Still a 3K lead, but guess what? You got this Medusa.
Yeah.
You got bloodlust with the Medusa. as you
Look at
talked
what
about.
he used to be. If you think about it, they've really done some. They put a significant dent into EG's lead.
Yeah.
Who still certainly have the edge here, but 4, 5 items in, that's when the Abed Deuce starts to get out of control.
Dude.
And this Shaman is rich. Look at this Blink Hex bottom with the AA blast Ogre stun. No 4-staff behind him. He's just a goner.
They're to look for DJ now. DJ just sitting here eating impetuses. Sumail actually takes the kill.
He spray painted EG on the ground. That's style.
He got him.
What a boss.
Do you think he queued that up just like for this series? Like he put that in his.
I'm sure he
in
did.
his-
Probably, yeah.
I like that. That's style points for sure.
We'll see. We'll see next time we cast our games if he does it for the same team.
Their lead's gone. Is
Yeah.
Fnatic ahead now, would you say?
Like, are they
I'm not sure how to
at the
read
advantage?
the late game. Yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen like 30 to 40 minutes. That's like all about, I think, execution. But I feel after that, Fnatic will start to pull ahead.
Lifestealer is no longer feeling nearly as
Whoa.
good as he used to because of what happened with the map control. You're now killable, as you saw there. The Shaman is scary as all hell. He has the Ether Lens. Once he gets 15, he'll also have the cast range talent with the Blink Dagger. So his like close gap range is pretty nuts.
Well, we are going to see Crit.
Oh, that smoke
With
is going
Arteezy inside
straight
him.
up to the hill. Fnatic's already they're standing on top of it.
Jab.
Active Shrine.
They're chilling. Looks like they might just be looking for a solo pickoff possibly, but no one really that close besides Jabs. He's actually going to go back and heal.
Got the BKB, that's huge. EG, no real way of threatening him.
There's going to be X plus a boat. Snake will fly out. They pull him back. There will be the stun. They're going to find Ice 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 as well. He's going to get stunned up. He's pretty damn tanky. He has that medallion as well as a pipe. Just going to throw it out, and guess what? Medusa will just throw out the ulti. Lifesteal's going to get AA. Do we have a 4-step? We do not.
Oh my
It's
God.
looking very, very bad for that. Arteezy trying to run away, but goes down. Crit goes down. Ice 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 goes down on Fnatic's side, but Fly just getting run down. BKB, Impetus, pretty good versus it. He's going to 4-step downhill. Does get the heal up, but gets trapped in, and that's just going to be a kill. S4 slowly getting brought down, but guess what? Our first gold lead for Fnatic in a while.
Dude, you can see this AA against the Lifestealer, man.
Owning.
The armlet build sounded good in theory, but looking on this game, with hindsight, it feels like he almost needs to get the Radiance build here. Because he's not actually tanky, to your point, BSJ. Like, in fact, Arteezy's barely ahead of the Ember Spirit, even though his laning phase went so much better.
The problem I had with the Kunkka pick was it kind of does the same thing as Lifestealer in this game, and that's why he built Radiance, right? Like you're kind of both heroes
But
are.
you don't need to do that. You could go for like Shadow Blade, earlier BKB, a Drums, which they don't
But
have.
Kunkka doesn't catch Ember, and then you didn't have absolute last pick, so like they're gonna pick a core that doesn't really care about getting X'd. In that case, the Medusa, like Medusa doesn't really care if she, like if it's like a mobile position-based core, if they get X, they're in trouble. But as Medusa, it's like, okay, you X me, now what? And it's just like, what I'm saying is, since I don't like the other way Kunkka could be played in this specific game.
Oh my.
And he's
Oh!
Uncharacteristic mistake from Crit.
Does he just think he missed it, or?
No, he just missed the W.
Did he? Oh.
He didn't time it right.
He took it too long or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch. That hurts, because now they kind of know, right? You got a Medusa, Bloodlust Medusa with Scotty Manta. Don't you just take some towers off this?
Yep, they're looking to pressure top, and since they,
Oh.
I was about to say, since they saw all of EG bottom, they were looking on DJ.
Yeah, now they're ahead. Bottom lane is pushed for EG, but Fnatic way ahead, already shoving 2 lanes with catapults active.
That wasn't X'd Kunkka, actually, so even if he got hexed or whatever.
He would have got back, eventually. Well, EG grouping up around middle. Meanwhile, Fnatic doing the same. They're between middle and top. And here comes the A blast. Fly. Will get hit by it, but glimmered up.
This is where the Fnatic lineup gets spooky, because they have maxed out Bloodlust. So you've got an Ember and a Medusa running around near max move speed. Well, not Medusa, but Ember Spirit gets real speedy.
You've also got the support hero that is going to play off map with DJ, and he's such a scary threat. Like,
And EG's not here. They're just going to look to threaten high ground. I love this.
Oh,
Yep, why
do
not?
it. We'll see. Creeps will spawn.
ooh, double Midas.
They just bring down the snakes. Yep, S4 is going to try to clear him out. See if he can. There's going to be a Hex plus a freeze, so slow him down. Snakes will do a little damage, but not too much.
This is just forcing them back to base. This is another way to corral people. You can either do it directly by like running at them across the map, or you can just say, hey, if you don't come back, we're going to kill your base.
And it's one of those concepts that's been really developed. I think it started at TI7 with Liquid, and since then it's been expanded upon. This idea that you can alleviate pressure around the map by applying it in other areas, and that's now sort of just the wisdom of the scene. Like, that's the way people prefer to defend nowadays. It's just lower risk, because if you're playing enemy side of the map, it's like worst case, you TP back to your own after you force them there. It's a win-win.
Well, one of them's like reactionary chasing the other team, while the other one's saying like,
You give the other team tempo and
Yeah.
try to... It's tough to do that. Teams are too good nowadays. They take little leads and make them wins.
There's something we didn't really talk about. This Enchantress taking over the Manta illusion of Medusa, actually just clearing creep waves with it. Fly, oh my. BKB just straight up popped here. Look at this. Sumail's like, you know what? I'm going to save you. Just kidding. And now the shrine will be gone. If that boat got a little bit quicker, might have been able to. But that is a BKB down, and I'm sure Ember wants all the time he can, especially against a Kunkka and an Earthshaker.
True.
yeah, I said Medusa doesn't really threaten Lifestealer, but he's going Basher after this Deso. Like, if you look at his net worth, right? He has 13,000 net worth, and none of this net worth makes him like harder to kill. Like, yeah, you have an
No, I agree.
armlet, but
I don't like it. I think the Halberd was the pick here.
Yeah.
Halberd's like the item against Dusa. He's not got a Linken's. It's a 5-second disarm plus the evasion. Like, I really hate minus armors against Medusa as well, because all the damage Mana Shield absorbs is pre-reduction. So the minus armor only affects 40% of the damage, right? So no.
yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
40%.
Yeah. So wait, are you sure? They
Yeah,
nerfed
Mana
it.
Shield is 60%.
Okay, yeah.
My bad, I could have looked for you.
Anyway, yeah. So only the Deso only matters for 40% of the DPS you're doing to the Dusa, and it just feels like I don't know. I like Halberd. I like Halberd on like 3 heroes for EG. I want Sumail to get one still.
Well, my idea would have been, if you're thinking Halberd, I would have rather the Lifestealer have the Radiance and like AC and all these like Lifestealer items.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Then have Kunkka with the Halberd rather than the Lifestealer.
And there is not much it feels like EG can do against this. You got a Solar Crest Wards and a Bloodlusted Butterfly Medusa now hitting Roche.
And that MKB is when it just gets terrible. Like that's it. That's the 4th item. That's when Medusa just gets unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, you were
Just
talking about
follow her.
itemization, right? Like how earlier on we were watching, it felt like the games from LGD were just so smooth because all the items came together as like one beautiful picture. But this game, it's like you have 2 heroes, in my opinion, Kunkka and Lifestealer, that are playing the same role. Like I think Lifestealer wanted to play this role, this Radiance AC, and now he's not allowed to play it because Kunkka's playing it. So now Lifestealer's building like not ideal items, and then I don't know exactly where the problem started. You know, was it a draft issue? Was it like, you know, communication issue? Was it like just an in-game decision where they're like, I'm having a really good game on Kunkka, I'll go Radiance, and then he's like, well, okay, I guess I'm not going Radiance. You know,
Yeah.
where did it happen?
That's what makes Dota so complex, right? Because
Yeah.
your Sumail, that is the best item for your game. You
Yes.
want to get a Radiance after double bracer when you're that far ahead, but you're now taking that ability away from your hard carry. Perhaps you're punishing him more than you're helping yourself. It's all about balancing it and ensuring that your entire team is in the best position to succeed. This being a 5-on-5 after all, as Valve even pushed us to remember by
It is a team
combining solo and team party MMRs.
This is true.
Indeed. Have you guys been playing a lot of party MMR?
I gave up after a lot of the Smurfs is the problem. So you think that people would stop being, you know,
Goobers.
goobers exactly in the top tier MMR, but
Oh.
it doesn't end. It doesn't end.
It never ends. I remember
It never ends.
I was playing. Yeah, let me see if this can be an engagement.
Looks like maybe just a kill on fly here.
No.
Oh, 4 staffs. There's no way.
Oh.
Gets the ulti off, and it actually is doing a little bit of damage. Boat's going to come through, going to help Fly survive a little bit longer. Jabs has to actually get out of there. Impetus, will it be enough? It sure as hell is. They're going to try to turn it around now. Abed is getting melted down, but guess what? That is an Aegis, but the ulti used before, and, well, now just trying to right-click. Dubu does get a kill on Crit on the backside. Crit did have to buy back, still has the ulti. Impetus goes out, hits Ice. They're just going to try to hold Medusa in place, but guess what? Solar Crest from Ice continuously on this Medusa. Doesn't feel like they do that much damage. They're going to try to block him out. There's going to be a BKB. DJ just holding Arteezy in place, and now, didn't even use the ulti on Crit. Crit might just die. Going to try to permastun, but DJ has that BKB, and see you later, Crit. That's the second dieback this game for Crit, right?
Yeah, the Medusa mana burned the Enchantress. The Enchantress is like really the only threat for the Medusa, right? So once she's solar crested, there's really no other way to kill her. And over the course of that fight, the Enchantress got Mystic Snaked twice, and then suddenly does no damage. And also, that's pretty funny, Abed got trapped by DJ's wards, so he was forced to TP to his own shrine just because he got trapped by his teammates' wards.
Whoa.
Once again, you saw
Whoa.
smoke. Yo, Sumail, no
Your Earthshaker's
BKB.
dead, bro.
He's dead. He's gone.
Yeah.
No buyback.
The reason I mentioned Earthshaker is because you're allowed to do what he just did if you have an Earthshaker, because
what?
you have the long-range cancel of the shackles.
He didn't. Was he X'd back?
No,
Like
he
was
wasn't.
No.
what? He just
Walked forward.
he just died.
He did what Fly did in the mid lane, where he's just like, "Excuse me, guys,
Coming through.
coming through."
This looks like it's just going to be 1 Rax, if not 2 top. They know they can go up top as well.
EG is not looking like, I mean, Fnatic's obviously punishing, but this didn't, like, EG had this game, I felt like, in terms of, like, they were in control of the game, they were setting the tempo, and Fnatic just got, like, 3 or 4 crucial kills. Suddenly, the momentum of the game shifted, and oh my god,
Oh man, talk about adding insult to injury.
bold
I love
statements.
And now even the Ogre. I mean, it's a 33-minute Vlad, but it's flying out. Guess what? Get some damage, get some armor. Have fun, Abed.
Yeah, the value Voidstone on the Ogre for the mana regen.
Oh, and there's the... He loves it. That Midas. Already back up to 1.1k after buying a full Vlad's. And, yep, that's going to be 2 full sets of racks.
Yo, this ogre offlane is looking sick. Like,
It's
it's
just-
actually
what do you do?
It's like
Yeah.
the dream hero for my concept of Dota, because you crush your lane, you're super tanky, you don't care about dying, you just walk in, and then you buy Midas, and suddenly all the rest of your goal for the entire game goes to teamfight items.
Look at his
And you
level
have so much
15
of
and
it.
20 talents, 350 health and 400 strength, or 40 strength.
40.
800 health, dude.
Beast mode.
So what? That's 1150 health from talents.
Yeah,
Yes.
1150. So it's a third of his HP pool right now is his talents.
Decent.
Plus the HP region. And he's just having a good time.
They're gonna find crit.
And they sure will. We'll get the stun off. We'll get another one. Do they want to try to do anything else? Now it looks like Crit will just die here.
He's got no buyback. That's the perfect kill.
Nice.
45 seconds now to kill this tier 2 bot.
As BSJ said, they looked like EG was ahead, and then Fnatic, guess what? They make a couple of good fights. They take these. It feels like they're playing the map a lot better.
Again, just point to it could be Dubu, finally having that like traditional shot caller, but don't
Coach,
forget,
yeah.
of
Or
course, Coach March.
The coach in game, yeah, Coach March as well. It's
I mean, he did take Genespros. They really threw that game 4 in that qualifier against
Yeah.
Mineski and SCA. Otherwise, you would have seen this brand new team made up of effectively a bunch of rejects.
yeah.
They would just qualify to TI all of a sudden. Unfortunately, I was talking to Gunner. They did debate themselves. They got a DD. They were going to roast. Like, nah, we'll thrown.
Everyone's
Spoiler.
been there. Every pro's been there at least once, I'm sure.
Unfortunately, some of us have been there. There's a stat. It's like probably like 20 times
No.
teams have come back from mega creeps in pro games, and 4 of them, I was on the losing team that had the megas.
My philosophy is that if you're just never one game away from TI, you'll never lose the one game away from TI.
It's true. I've done that a few times too. I really, you know, I find a lot of unique ways to lose. Anyone at home, you have
You're
new
impressed.
ways to lose. Let me know. Let me try them out. I'm
He'll
trying to
use 'em.
really get the full smorgasbord.
And almost level 25. What do you take? You got the Scotty. You got. Do you take the man or do you take the modifier? It seems like I still see
Modifier, man.
Depends.
You're so ahead. Although, to your point, maybe you just need to stay alive, right?
I was told that the modifiers are better when you level them, and the mana's better late game.
No.
Because it's effectively like 2,500 health.
it's a decent amount.
It's alright. I think he might go mana this game just because they have no tools to burn it, and he's already doing plenty of damage.
Modifiers is like good against them. Mana's good for you.
Yep.
Right. So like in this game, since he has this ogre and everything, why not just build everything for you to be the most powerful version of yourself?
Snakes are actually going to go in for it. Shadow Shaman will get hit, but Abed actually didn't. It was only a solo ult. Crit's already going to die. Now there's a BKB pop by Sumail, but guess what? Abed just stands his ground and fights. Fly is getting a nice juicy ulti, so no one can really fight into him. And it's a 1-for-1 trade.
But to
He's
buy
bought
back,
boots
there's
of
no
travel.
buyback.
Buy boots of travel on Shaman, so he's in the fight.
He's ready. The wards did get cleared up already, but guess what?
He's
You don't
gonna-
have your crit
he's gonna
ulti.
go BKB grip S4
Yeah,
in
I
a
was gonna
second.
say he has BKB shackles.
They know he's in the area, but
Gotta play back. No more
You-
ultis from Earthshaker and Crystal.
you might not need to force this issue, though, if you're Fnatic. You don't have level 25 on Deuce, and he's so close.
You just have Vlad, Solar, Lotus, like, I don't
There's
know.
no crit, too. You're right.
We'll get torrented, slow it down a little bit. S4 will take control, but that illusion instantly dies. Looks like the last tier 3 will be falling here. 14k lead, in comes the boat. Creep wave does get cleared. I bet he just pops his BKB.
10
He's
second
like,
BKB.
sure, let's just kill this. And let's not. Let's get out.
Sure, let's kill this. Okay.
Never mind. See you later.
Psych.
That's the right call. Crit respawned. He's still just not quite 25. Roche up soon.
Yep. It is may respawn in about 5 here. We'll
You have
see.
the luxury to kind of just like pop that BKB too. Like, you don't need to, just play it safe. Don't let anything go wrong. He did take the modifiers.
Oh, it's a real quick Roche. It's literally already up.
Ooh. And they have the
There's
courier
going to be
scouting it.
BKB. It might be over before then. We are going to be one. It's just going to be Fly. He will get found. Sentry ward on the ground.
I mean, every hero in this game is important at 38 minutes. Like, even though it's just a 5 position.
He takes the modifier,
this-
by the way.
They might not need to do this, but I'm telling you, the Fnatic of the entire year does not make this play.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we got him, guys. Let's go win the game. Maybe you do. Maybe you throw. This Fnatic,
Why not do this at this point,
Just-
right? Yeah.
you can't. They can't win. You can only lose.
Oh
and look
my
at that.
God.
A reward for their patience. It is a virtue after all.
What do you think better, a late game DD or a 2-minute DD?
Late game.
Late
DD.
game always, yeah.
What if they made DD a 3 halves rune?
What do you mean?
You know, like it gave you 50% instead of double damage. It'd still be really good.
Your fractions are way off, dude.
What do you mean 3 halves? Okay, it's like a 50% rune instead of a DD rune. Why does it have to be double? You know, like double so much.
That's a good question. It is a decent amount.
I'm just saying, like, if like
That'd be
everyone
weird.
everyone
Like, what would the
complains about
rune be
DDs.
called then? Instead of double damage
A
rune. That'd be the
3/2
tough.
rune
A
is
3
what-
halves rune. It'd be a rough one.
I'm so. What? Never mind. 4-staff glimmer on the AA. We just saw. Nice supporting effort from
Dude.
Dubu.
And 1.8k in the bank. Fly, meanwhile, close to that BKB. Has gotten some good ults off, but
So, I will say, Grant, you seem. We'll see. We'll talk about it at the end of the game. Not going high ground.
yep. And they look to win. Abed, look at this. He's just right-clicking Sumail. Get a drop? No. Get
He's
it
got
just
the
back
moon
up.
shard too. So he's literally got Bloodlust, Solar Crest, and Moon Shard.
Whoa, there's going to be an ulti on the backside. They will hit onto two of them. Will they even be able to bring down the Ember? Not quite yet. BKB gets popped. Crit. See you later. Arteezy gets hexed immediately, and Abed is just eating them all alive. GG's not called quite yet. They are just going to force all the buybacks. Sumail, guess what? This Eye of Scotty, it's just slowing him the entire time. See you later, Abed. Are they going to give him the rampage? Fly. Oh,
Give
and
it
there's
to
the
'em,
sentry.
baby.
There's the rampage.
Double
Are we going to
rampage.
double rampage? No GG's called quite yet. They're going to try to make it away, but no, it's not going to happen. Here comes another
Give 'em the
double
triple.
rampage. Will there be a triple? Sumail, he's sitting there in the base. Will they be able to find him? It is both, though. He's going to be quite tanky in here, but they're still trying. Abed, he's looking for it, but I
Gotta
think
get
the
it.
game's going to end, and it does.
They tried so hard to get him the triple rampage. You got to respect
Yeah,
the
and
team camaraderie there.
you doing?
They are
Fnatic.
feeling themselves.
Dude, they are looking. They're just looking good. I mean, these first 4 games we've watched, it seems pretty one-sided from both teams. We
Oh,
had
yeah.
PSG, LGD just